Time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, you guys started the campaign Odyssey of the Dragonlords, having completed the very short introductory tutorial part of the adventure. So now you are in the adventure proper. Having learned the rest of your mechanics, acquired the rules for controlling your followers, you selected the first island to sail to. You sailed to it. On the way there, you heard a really sad story that expanded on the lore of the world. You also were trying to take care of a baby dragon. You landed on the island. You're trying to find some lizard folk. There's a big dinosaur, and we're fighting it. All right. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yeah, all right.
Can you please put a note in the recap that we elected to fight the big dinosaur? So when when it goes completely awry, it's only our fault.
Never that. Never that.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's just a Tyrannosaurus Rex, aka Sharp-Toothed Behemoth. I mean, it can't be that bad.
I must have been so fearful of this encounter I blocked it out because I legit was like, yeah, let's take our boat to the island this session.
Oh my gosh, there was some good stuff last session. I thought to block it all out over a dinosaur. Oh.
No, I remember it now, but.
All right, let's see what we got here. Apparently it's also raining to make things more or less complicated. I guess that's up to you.
Right, it was overcast, so dim light, maybe?
Yeah. We crossed that bridge where you were fishing for dim light, and there is dim light. Okay. Toggle navigation. Oh, I see the issue. Okay. We'll just send everybody over there. Alright.
Well, I mean, since Cyrus isn't here, he could we'll just let him take it. Then I'll just fly in the air and shoot.
I mean, I won't move anybody. We'll all stay paused. I think we maybe rolled some initiative beforehand. Oh, because there's all these little velociraptors still. Oh man, this is gonna be a fucking disaster. All right.
Well, they were running away. They were running away.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let me change out the musics. Okay. It's important for any campaign in 5e that goes to 20 has you guys exposed to dinosaurs. That way you can turn into dinosaurs without it seeming to make no sense whatsoever. So, since dinosaurs are an integral part of the higher level gameplay, which I wish I wasn't saying. I wish this wasn't true words I was saying, but it is.
I mean, honestly, all they need to do is just post new beasts. That are within the CR range of polymorph, and then there'd be more variety.
All right. Okay. So, starting things off is confirmed Velociraptor. Oh. So I guess if you were confused, we know for sure. Oh, also, the only update I really have for owners of familiars. I'm getting feedback on my familiar stuff. The only hard and fast thing that I am putting forward right now is that your familiar will go on your turn. It will go after you have completed your turn. Whether or not any of our familiar casters want to try out the familiar rules that I'm working on, where your familiars have a more uniform form, they gain evasion, they get better armor class and hit points. You just message me if you want to try that, or let me know if you want to try that, and we'll start doing that next session. But if you're just happy with what you got and want to keep rolling with what you got, the only enforced change is they go on your initiative count after you've acted. So that's how we're cleaning them up to kind of get them in line with all the summon monsters, all the other classes' pets. So we're trying to get everybody to sort of follow a similar rule set. So, okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I assume.
Oh right. Yeah. Okay. So everyone else hears Tyrannosaurus, sounds just horrible roaring, like this, right? That kind of stuff. But Anastasia, who understands beasts, hears, "Who the fuck is over there?" What do you got there? Give me that! That's for me! And then you hear all the little dinosaurs, and they're like, oh shit! It's Frank! Let's get out of here! And they are all getting ready to run away, apparently.
And before that, while they were eating the thing, they were saying like mine, like from the.
That's pretty much, yeah, like the seagulls from. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool.
So
when it's my turn, I will relay that information.
Oh, it is crucial and pivotal to what we're doing today. All right, so these Velociraptors had their speed nerfed, I think, or maybe it's only 30 because they're little guys. I don't know, but they're gonna run for it. All right, so they get the fuck out of there. All right, let's see. Begin that combat. Injudicious Velociraptor sees what's coming and don't want nothing to do with that. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna get out of there. Let's see. Deliberate Velociraptor, same deal. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He is running. All right. Pythor says that he's ready to solo tank this thing for you. He gets his hammer, his replacement hammer out. He's getting ready, and then Kyra sort of shakes her head at him, and he looks very sad, and he exits the battlefield with mini Kyra, because mount up. While the only option for mounting, it breaks all the time. All right, so the two of them roll out. All right. Do we have Cyrus with us yet? No? Okay. So let's see. Cyrus is going to. Oh, it is dim on this map. All right. I have to turn sight off for performance reasons on all the monsters. So unless I click on one of you guys, I don't actually know what the lighting is like half the time. Let's see. I've seen his character sheet before because I badly played it in the Battle Royale. God, there's a lot of shit going on here for a fighter. Oh my god. I'm going to have him move to here. Since it's difficult terrain, that will be his turn. Great job. Great job. Patting myself on the back right now. Reset, to you. You may ask, why is it difficult terrain for us and not for the Velociraptors and the Tyrannosaurus Rex? It's because they live in the forest. If they were trying to walk around Mitros, it would be difficult terrain for them, I promise. All right.
Would it be? Would it really?
Yeah, it would. Those cobblestones are slippery. All right, Reset, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I want to look around and see, is this bush here nice and big and large enough to fit a person in? And hide completely?
Hearing you say, is that bush over there nice and big enough to hide a person in, you hear a peal of laughter from Kyra, who is being carried off with the rest of the B team. But yeah, it's certainly big enough that a nubile Aresian monk could take cover inside of it.
She runs and dives into the bush.
Okay.
And then does a game is paused.
Oh, yeah. Boop. There we go. It will haunt me for the whole time we play on Foundry, I think.
And then she's going to try to make a hide action.
Okay. That does take an actual action, since you are not a rogue. All right.
Yeah, stealth.
Go for it. Do not panic. It will not show for you. Oh, wow. Gosh. Oof. You definitely tried to hide. Anything else from Reset?
I just imagine
I still have a bonus action.
Dragonlord crown like rising up above the shrubbery.
So she's gonna hide and let's see. She'll probably hide and dodge, honestly.
Okay. Anna. Reset is like holding like a frond in front of her face and gyrating back and forth inside the bush. You're not
I
exactly
imagine as
sure what's
she's
going on.
Yeah, as she's dodging, you can see the bush move.
Also dodging.
Yeah, there's also like bright red inside the bush.
Yeah.
Flashing.
It's fine. No,
constantly. Graxus is looking over there, forehead vein pulsing as he watches.
Yeah, I look over and watch Reset's agile move. She just dove into the bushes. I turn to everyone else.
I want everyone to know that all of you could see reset with your passive perception.
Then I'll
Alright.
turn to the rest of my party and say, I think that big dinosaur, he just wants to eat what those little guys are eating. So we don't have to fight him if we don't have to, but...
But we're hunting it to show the lizard, the natives, that we are strong hunters like them.
Okay, I mean, his name's Frank.
And we're hunting Frank.
Okay.
Also, Reset, you know, you're not hiding from anybody over there. We can all see you.
She does not use a free action to reply.
Yeah. Speaking would give away your location for sure.
I guess I'll just step over here and I will take a dodge action in my turn.
Okay.
Not sure what I'd like to do yet.
All right. Horrible Velociraptor, a well-earned name, trust me, is going to burrow in... Actually, yeah. He's going to burrow inside the carcass, refusing to leave.
He's just asking to get ate.
Kremis says, there'll be some good crafting materials from that, to be sure. I'll be back over here, planning out what we can make with it. Way over here, off the map. Good luck. All right. Laborious Velociraptor just begins laying eggs. No, that's horrible. Laborious Velociraptor... yeah, they're just gonna run for it. Alright, Daughterly. I've never in my life used that adjective before, but apparently it is an adjective. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're gonna flee. Okay. Obviously, I'm just gonna left-click drag all the ones that make it towards the edge of the map and delete them for the next round. I'm just rolling on my end to see who is dumb enough to stay. Issa is not dumb enough to stay. She says, good luck, and she runs away. Okay. Kyra gives you guys the thumbs up and is carried away by Pythor. Alright.
You'd have the B thing tab open so I know where their abilities are.
Alright, run. Fateful Velociraptor, he turns to the others. Only Anastasia can hear this, and he says,
For too long, we've let that guy Frank push us around. Today's the day that we say no.
And he begins to charge Frank.
Oh no. They can take our carcass, but they'll never take our freedom.
Alright. He even turns his miniature to face Frank to show that he is not afraid. Alright. Behemoth just says,
Oh, he's dead.
and he starts to run. Okay. Fateful Velociraptor is engaged. Behemoth is going. Like-minded Stegosaurus. I don't know how to break this to you, bro, but you're dead. Well, technically it's not dead. That's the most messed up part. Philippocles, to you.
Yeah, so I'm, let's see, I think I'm already 30 feet in the air. I'm gonna... Why? Okay, never mind, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay, cool, thank you.
30 feet in the air. Ballooning.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna bonus action rage as I get ready to hunt.
Literal hot air balloon. Got it.
Condition. Oh, look at that. Look at that balloon, dude. Alright, and then, yeah, let me check the range on a longbow real quick.
It's like 600,000. It's 150, 600.
Okay, alright, so I'm gonna fire 2 shots at disadvantage. For long range.
21 is going to hit.
Is that adding the rage damage?
Yeah, +3.
No, the rage damage is just a 2 right now. Maybe. Well, it's what. I'll look into that after my turn.
Your rage is still only a +2, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a +2.
Oh, well, I have it set up for +3. We'll use it like that for now. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, yeah,
Okay.
and here's my second shot.
Alright, yeah, both hit.
And I'll fly in front of my team and I'll be like, let's all get it! And I'm just flying forward at it.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Right. Unblemished Velociraptor. Running. Astraeus, to you.
Alright, so Astraeus is going to bonus action use his... Oh, they changed the name of it. What's it called now? Steps of Night. So he's going to offer a quick prayer to Mitros, and he's going to take to the skies.
Why is the feather stiff as a board?
Okay, so I know we're doing... Pythagoras has done his math in this world, so if I'm trying to move forward and up at the same time, would that be 15 feet of height and 15, in this
sounds
direction?
about right.
Okay. So I'll move to here. I will increase to 15 off the ground.
You guys had a chance to assassinate him back at the Great Debates, but nobody did. Once its discovery was made, it couldn't be undone.
Do you understand that if we had tried to take knowledge out of the world like that, Hypatia would probably have murdered us all in our sleeps? That's just a thing. Unfortunately, I do not have the distance of Phil and his insanely crazy powerful arms with that bow. So I will ready a sacred flame on the off chance that this giant behemoth thing comes at us.
Okay. I mean, now that it's been shot with 2 missiles, it's definitely at least going to try to figure out what's going on. All right. Anything else from Astraeus?
No, that'll be all.
All right. Insulting Velociraptor cries out,
Frank, you're an asshole!
and then it runs away. All right. Let's see. Surgical Velociraptor isn't done yet. It dives into the creature, looking for choice bits. There's still time, it says to itself. It's still time. As Frank, the Tyrannosaurus Rex's turn comes up, you hear 5 bloops of legendary action points. All right. Frank surveys the scene. He's looking around. He doesn't have best perception, but there's also not a huge effort to hide going on. So he looks over and he sees strange creatures. This Stegosaurus ain't going anywhere. So it will start beelining for you guys. So it's gonna move and dash 120 feet.
Yeah.
All right. And it will pass to Gluttonous Velociraptor, who sees that Frank has no interest in them and goes back to eating. Graxus would very much like to fight, but he wishes Astraeus luck and goes back basically to watch the perimeter and make sure no additional dinosaurs are after them. There was that one story where the guy was hunting one dinosaur and then 2 other dinosaurs pincer attacked him, and he was like, "Clever bird," or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, Graxus leaves. All right, Hypatia, you're up.
I am just gonna firebolt it.
Okay. All right. As you level your gazes and aim the shot, there is a lot of intervening foliage and terrain. It is a big target, but unfortunately, a 13 does not hit. The blast, ignites a bit of the wet jungle nearby and is quickly extinguished by the rain.
I'm going to move away.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. As you do, it is going to use one of its legendary actions to dash. Leaping, climbing, and jumping 50 feet forward.
DC 15 dex check. He is now in range of some sacred flame erupting from the sky.
Oh shit. Okay. He has pretty bad dexterity. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, he
All right.
succeeds.
He makes it.
Nimble bastard.
All right. As you blast him with radiant light, it slams down into the wet jungle floor, sending sod and ferns everywhere. Frank whips his head left and right, and he lets out a terrible roar of defiance. He doesn't know what you are, but he gonna fuck you up. Which, Anastasia, that's exactly what he says. He doesn't know what, don't know what you are, but I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
All right. As your turn finishes, Astraeus, he gets right. He uses another dash action to get right up on you and Phil, because he feels that big energy coming off of the two of you. He feels that big energy coming off you. All right, that brings us to let's see, attractive Velociraptor. Okay, they're gonna hop in, start eating again. All right, top of the round. I'm gonna grab any raptors who ran, unless you guys are really intent on 5-starring all the dinosaurs. I'm gonna get rid of the ones that are running.
I don't think we have our eyes on such small prey.
Okay, fair enough. All right, in that case, Cyrus, start off the next round.
All right. Move up.
Now, keep in mind, unless you are anywhere in here is difficult terrain, so you got to be looking for ways to jump, climb, teleport, fly. Otherwise, you are just going to be kind of crushing through the underbrush here.
I guess we'll run and jump. We got a pretty strong.
Okay. So you're going to do like a series of standing leaps over the difficult terrain, try to make your way through, kind of jumping from like one piece of solid ground to the next. That's fair. All right, you're trained in athletics. Go for it.
Just an athletics check?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's see. Oof. As you are going to do this, the underbrush, especially where you are at, is just too thick and too dense. It slows you down. You will have to treat everything as difficult terrain.
So I got some there.
All right.
I guess we will fire a shot with short.
Okay.
Truth on this. Never mind. I'll have to add it to the sheet, so I'll skip it this turn. But I'll prepare my short bow this turn.
Okay. You want to just ready a shot, or because I mean I could drag one in for you right now. It'd be that quick.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Short bow, equip. You got to make sure you have proficiency turned on. It is. All right. Should be able to pew him now. Drag and drop interface gives me life. 14. Similar to what happened with Hypatia, there's just too much intervening foliage between you. It is giving him some soft cover against these ranged attacks. He's a huge target, but
I get 2 attacks, so that's good.
23 does hit. He takes 3 points of damage.
And we'll spend 30 feet. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay. As your turn ends, it will activate another legendary action point, and it will start attacking. let's see. It doesn't have a very high intelligence. It hunts a bunch of stuff, but nobody on this island really wears any armor, so it probably doesn't understand that Astraeus has armor. So I'm just going to do an odd or even real quick to see which one of you it attacks.
We're playing onesies, twosies.
Okay. It is attacking Astraeus.
Oh.
With its bite. All right. Let's see. Bite. Go. Sorry. Here we go.
And my doctor says you can't keep doing that to my heart, Crash.
25 for 46 points of damage. If it hits, you are grappled and restrained.
And I have 1 hit point left.
Oh my god. Alright.
3 11s for D12.
D12s are swingy. They swingy. It could be like the lightest love nip ever, or it could be real bad. Yeah, so it's got Astraeus' mouth, and it's just shaking him like a rag doll, Philippocles.
I'm not happy about this.
It. You're up.
How tall is this tree next to me?
I think we discussed last time that the
30
trees were 30 to 40 feet, depending like where you were.
Okay.
So you could just kind of assume that where it's thicker, like on the map, where you see more like ferns and stuff, it's going to be taller.
Are these trees also close enough to where I could go from like one tree?
I mean,
to
if
next?
you were a skilled monk trained in acrobatics, high dexterity, probably.
All right. I'm gonna run up the
You
side
got a
of
Crouching
this tree.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon, this stuff.
Yeah.
For the children, that was a martial arts movie that came out a long time ago. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Step of the Wind
Okay.
to dash and go up this tree and then try moving. Go there. So I'm 30 feet up, and I'll go there.
Okay. Anything else
And
from your set?
then, yeah, with my action. I guess these will be at disadvantage, but I'm going to throw some feathers at him.
Okay.
Try to poke him in the eye.
Even with his soft cover, 18's gonna hit. 21's gonna hit.
Disadvantage, so
Oh,
the second one.
second one would not hit. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so just the first one, and that'll be it.
Okay. As your turn ends, it's already got Astraeus in its mouth. I think it could it's probably tall enough to hit you with its tail, Phil, right? You're 30 feet up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge creature.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he's 20 feet. He's over 20 feet tall. He could do this. All right. He's
It'd
gonna
be some
try.
pretty impressive maneuvering, but
Yeah. All right. It's either that or he's gonna just keep chewing on Astraeus. We'll do odd or even.
Yeah.
Odd, he's gonna do an incredible tail spin straight out of Pokemon against Philippocles. Even, he will just continue to chew on Astraeus. Astraeus, you like rolling crazy dice. Do you want to roll this one?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay. Let's go. Wait, even is good for me, odd is bad for me, right?
Well, if you think dying is good, even is good. All right. So in like a fluid motion, it snatches Astraeus out of the sky, and then it dips and spins and launches its tail in the air, trying to hit Philippocles. 22 for 28 bludgeoning.
it's
Right. Anna, to you. It only has one of its 5 legendary actions left.
Yeah. No longer dodging. Yikes.
Anna, can you tell Frank he's a jerk?
I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna do 2 radiant blasts at him, and I'll say, drop him. in T-Rex. I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot to put my spells back on my sheet. I have nothing but cantrips. So.
Just play off of both sheets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you've DM'd before. You could do this.
Alright, so that's 1 and 2.
Oh shit. Okay. So the first Radiant Blast does not hit. You are close enough that he doesn't have soft cover, but an 11 is not enough. 27 nat 20 definitely hits. He takes 11 points of radiant damage.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I do say drop him in T-Rex, and then I'll back up.
All right. He swivels his head at you, angry that you would tell him what to do in his jungle. All right.
Wait, so we just see Anna launch 2, pew, pew, and then
and then it roars back.
Well, it doesn't roar because his mouth is full, but he narrows his eyes at you.
From inside his mouth, you hear like,
yeah. All right. That brings us to his final action. Astraeus. Odd, he will do something to Phil. Even, he's just going to chew you up. Okay. It would be ridiculous for him to try and hit Phil with his tail twice in a row. Like, he's not a fucking Beyblade. You know what I'm saying? So, he is going to hit Phil with Astraeus. All right.
I somehow feel like this is still bad for me.
All right, Phil, here we go. A 23, would that hit?
A 23 would hit, yes.
All right, he's going to hit you with an Astraeus. Astraeus is wearing armor. I'd say Astraeus, if you were an improvised weapon being wielded by a T-Rex, I would put you at least 3d6 damage. All right. Plus strength. There we go. Each of you will take half of this damage as bludgeoning. All right.
Can I react in a way to where I take all the damage?
Frank, what are you doing? Oh, you need double brackets. Unfortunately, Astraeus.
I gently try and catch him.
You could use your reaction to try and grab Astraeus as he smashes into you.
Yeah, I'd like to do that if I can.
Okay. Yeah. But he is going to take half this damage. So I guess we divide it in half. Each of you takes 8 damage, 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, yeah. And if I could use my reaction to kind of rip Astraeus out of his mouth while he does it.
Yeah. You're just going to make an opposed athletics check with an Apex Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here we go. Whew, 27. It's going to be hard pressed to beat that. As he whips into you and he pulls his head back, you are now holding an unconscious Astraeus. Its mouth is now free. It lets out a roar of defiance. Anastasia, Frank says, "You stole my food." He's got a 2 intelligence. I don't know what kind of dialogue you're hoping for, but that's what he says. All right. Horrible Velociraptor pokes his head out from the carcass and lets out a gremlin / goatling style laugh that only Anastasia can hear, and just shakes his head at what's happening to Frank, and then he goes back to work. Fateful Velociraptor, same deal. No, wait. Faithful Velociraptor sees that the fight is moved to a new location. He's going to pursue, starting his miniature round to show that he means business. All right. Philippocles, to you.
Yeah, just kind of
we have established that Astraeus is in the hands of a T-Rex is a 3d6 improvised weapon. In your hands, Astraeus would be a 2d6 improvised weapon. If you just throwing that out there.
No,
but I take half the damage.
I'm more worried about my friend's life, so I'm gonna use my action to just shove a Gatorade bottle in his mouth while I'm dipping out of the way of this T-Rex.
Okay.
And then I'll use a bonus action to shove a Gatorade bottle in my mouth. If I can do that.
Yeah, technically. Yep. Each of you will gain the potion status.
This is my first time with potion status.
So it's 2 hit die plus.
It's 2d hit die plus 2. Yeah. That's a healing potion, right? 2d4 plus 2 is normal. Yeah. So 2d hit die plus 2.
Are you on a 10? Okay, you got it.
He's on the stalwart d8.
Yeah. I am potioned.
Okay.
What is... I'll do that later, yeah. Potion just means I can't drink another one without, like, toxic effect, right?
Well, there's like a 50% chance that something detrimental might happen. Nothing like 2nd or 3rd edition where you blow up or polymorph into a frog or anything crazy like that. But you might get a point of exhaustion. You might lose a hit die.
All right. Thank you, Phil.
Okay. Anything else from Philippocles?
Unfortunately, that is my full action economy. But what I will do is I'll land on the ground with the Astraeus in my hand, and I'll set him behind me.
Aw. Okay. Astraeus, to you.
All right, so I'm on the ground. I'm behind Phil, who has healed me. This thing has a tail, though.
But don't worry, the Dinosaur Union passed a law 6 years ago that T-Rex cannot attack the same target during his multi-attack with his bite and his tail.
Oh.
They call that balance.
All right, I'm going to... So my action is going to be a disengage. And I'm going to fly 5 feet up so that I'm not dealing with the shitty terrain.
Okay.
So I can back up. And then I'm just going to quickly call out to Phil. Buff you or hit it.
I mean, whatever you think's best, buddy. And I'm just
oh man, you know what? I think I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, okay.
And
only targeting Frank because that's really the only. Okay. Dexterity save.
Yeah, so dexterity save DC 15.
Here we go.
Yeah, take it, Frank.
All right. You light him up.
Advantage, everybody. All right. That's my turn.
Okay. That will bring it to Surgical Velociraptor, who's just chilling, and T-Rex. All right. Sharp-toothed behemoth. You hear the bloop, 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 bloops of its points filling back up, and it sees that it only has one target now. It is a card-carrying member of the Sharp-toothed Behemoth Union, and it knows that it is bad sportsmanship to attack 2 targets with the same thing. Its strategy will be thus: glowing brightly, it is going to charge over Philippocles and try to bite him as it goes, so that it can get close enough to tail whip Astraeus. So, here we go. Phil, this is for you. Ooh, all right.
Thank God.
All right, he rushes over you and misses.
I'm like, Astraeus, look.
And let's see, what's the reach on that tail, buddy? Let's see.
And I guess it's more than 10 feet.
It's only 10 feet, it says. It's only 10 feet.
And that's enough.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Then, yeah, it'll do it. It'll do it.
You like toss fairy fire behind you, and I'm like, Stress, look out.
I just...
Oh, no.
26 for 26 as he rushes in.
You could use your reaction to summon Pythor to save you, if it'll help.
I don't think even half damage, it wouldn't do it. Fuck. I need to learn the shield spell. Okay, I'm down. Fairy fire's gone.
All right. It lets out a bellowing roar of triumph. A banner that says "Welcome to Jurassic Park" flies down dramatically as it poses. Play passes to Gluttonous Velociraptor. Gluttonous Velociraptor is so happy you guys showed up. It is eating its fill and then some. Hypatia, to you. You may be muted, or you're just quietly contemplating.
It was both, in fact.
Oh, okay.
So I am going to. I have to check the range on this. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move. Here. No, I'm not. I'm measuring. Now I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to grab onto Astraeus, and then we'll launch one of these.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And,
That may blast Anastasia as well. Oh wait, but you have
she
math
knows
wizard
math.
skills, right?
yeah,
That's
I have
bad.
math.
Pipe. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Dino will make its save. Here we go. It fails, taking the full 23 thunder damage.
Let's see. I can move 90 feet away. How far can I move? First time I've actually used this.
It's a pretty fun spell.
Yeah. Yeah, I can move 90 feet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go all the way down here.
Sounds good.
we're gonna pop in next to Cyrus, like, hey dude, how you doing? There's a T-Rex up there. It's really bad. Astraeus is dead.
He's unconscious.
All right. as you disappear with a thunderous sound, it shakes its head. Anastasia, you hear Frank say, "That hurt my ear holes."
You're just a big bully.
Oh man, he whips his head around to you and he said, "Nobody asked you." He's gonna use a legendary action to try and bite Philippocles. Chompy times.
Oh no.
Oh wow, that's a lot of 12s.
Oh,
Holy
I'm gonna
shit!
throw up.
My heart! Oh my god!
You guys relax. I'm not even dead.
We were worried about the nat 20 that we saw rolled around the table.
Oh, dang! I thought I got
Look
that
at those-
20, and I was still like, I'm not dead. But yeah.
This dinosaur's D12s. It has 3 of them are like 11, 11, 12 every time.
Okay. So 47 points of damage. You, with
Take it
your
on the
glasses
chin.
and your natural intelligence, realize that reckless in this fight might be a bad idea. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a bad idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, okay, go for it. Yeah. All right, this dino is having a good time. Round 3. Cyrus, to you.
All right. Check this ability real quick. Checking telekinetic movement real quick, seeing what the range is.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, 30-foot range. Okay. Shit, why not? We are going to try to move through this brush again athletically.
One suggestion. We have a bonus action Misty Step, if that would change anything.
Oh wait! Also, while we're metagaming and throwing out advice to each other, you guys each got a point of fanspiration yesterday from the Twitch stream audience. So, yeah. That
What's
counts separate.
fanspiration do?
Fanspiration's like an inspiration, but since it's a different name, it doesn't count against your normal allotment of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
New resource.
Let's see. I'll throw it into the items thing. Let's see. Fanspiration.
Somebody, somewhere, believes it.
Aw. Let's see. Details. It is a potion. It's a consumable. Doesn't require attunement. Activation is special. And it only has 1 of 1, and then it's destroyed when you use it. There we go. Alright. So that should be, let me make it available to everybody. On the items tab, you should be able to drag it over to your sheet, and it'll show up in your consumables section, so you remember that you have it. Alright.
Alright, so I'm going to do an athletics check to try to find my whole footing to get through these.
Alright, fair enough. The DC is pretty low. It's your party level is what, like 5 or 6?
Sorry, the first 11.
6. Yeah. I'm doing 8 plus 6, so it'd be what, 14? Is the DC to get through this jungle right now?
Okay.
Yeah. So you're still getting kind of tangled up. So it is going to be difficult terrain.
Yeah, use the Misty Step if you need to, man. We need to focus it down.
Well, I was hoping to use a Misty Step to get away.
Oh.
Well, I don't think we're getting away, so.
Yeah, it's got like 120 feet move.
Alright. Well, then I will use Misty Step to get closer.
Okay.
Like, it's, how far is a Misty Step? I don't.
30 feet.
30.
So bonus action Misty Step.
Yep.
Okay.
And we are going to use telekinetic shove to get Phil out of the mouth.
Oh. Okay.
So,
That's
move you up to 30
a
feet.
lot
Sorry.
of information. Okay.
For some reason, when you link it, it does all of them.
All right. Telekinetic move. You can move an object or creature with your mind as an action. You target one loose object. Well, he's definitely not loose. You can see within 30 feet of you if you move it up to 30 feet. Okay.
Alternate.
You
oh
can
shoot, that's the wrong. I think it's the wrong one.
Okay.
Is it a feat you're thinking of?
There's one that actually lets you move people.
It's one loose object or one willing creature.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I would say that in order to push it out of a 20-foot tall, 15,000-pound monster's mouth, you're gonna need to do like a cast. I'll let you do a caster check opposed by its DC, which is 17. That's the escape DC on its restrain.
So I guess it'd be an intelligence check.
It'd be just a raw intelligence check. Ooh.
Damn.
All right. So a wave of telekinetic force blasts into the creature's face and mouth and washes over it and Philippocles. You feel yourself kind of tugged or pushed towards the edge of its teeth, but the teeth just latch on, refusing to let go.
Then we use our regular movement to get 15 feet over this way.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can do.
All right. It is going to, since it has you in its mouth and it can't whip you with its tail while you're in its mouth, it's just going, and there's no other targets nearby to divert its attention. It is just going to start shaking you like a rag doll with a legendary action. Here we go. Just a bite on Philippocles. This is an advantage because you are restrained. But so gentle. 25 for 29. All right, we're set. To you.
Okay. So, if I'm moving on top of these trees, is it still difficult?
It's going to be acrobatics check. Same DC that Cyrus has been having to do for his athletic checks.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Okay. All right, that is enough. You can move normally as you kind of run from branch to branch, bouncing on them in the rain.
I'm gonna go here, and I want to. So he's looking that way. I kind of want to vault into that little gap on his neck there.
Okay.
Just to plunge my dagger right there. So
All
that's
right.
going to be a with advantage.
Okay. Now I'll give you a flank from Philippocles. That's definitely going to hit.
So, yep, 18 or 25 for 6. And then I'm going to do my attack.
Okay. 12 is not going to make it through. His scaly hide and dense muscle.
14
Alright.
though, flank.
Oh, right. Flank. Yep. A 14 will do it.
Okay, so 8 more damage.
All right.
And then what I want to do is I want to plant my. I don't know if this will work because he's a creature, but I'm just gonna plant my feet right in there, and
Okay.
hope I can stay riding in his neck.
He is large enough that you can share space with him, but once he starts moving, it will be a reaction and some checks, or at least a check to see if you can stay on his back as he starts moving.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right. As your turn ends, it is going to rear up, shaking Phil left and right. It wants to know who's stabbing at its back. Tail can't reach you. Head can't reach you. But it does have something in its mouth. It is going to deal with that first. So here's another chomp on Phil. Uh, 24-29.
It's course.
All right. Yeah, so it's just kind
beat
of
up.
flails back and forth, trying to figure out where she is, and as it does, it's sort of nervously munching on Phil. Anna, to you.
Alright, we're gonna fly a little bit up this way. Maybe 15 feet up, and then trying to get a beat on Phil so I can heal him.
Okay.
This dinosaur swinging him around. But first we're gonna do a guiding bolt.
All right.
I'm gonna use that Fanspiration
Okay.
for advantage.
Whoa! Don't you have your refreshes every long rest Anna inspiration?
Yeah.
Every session, but yeah.
Oh, every session. Use that instead of fanspiration, so you.
I think she has to give it to someone
I think it
else.
has to be someone
Wording. Yeah.
Double check it, I think I have to go with someone. Anyway, guiding bolt, double tweed. Oh.
14 will hit.
It's good.
Takes 20 points of radiant damage and becomes an easy target for the next person that attacks it.
Alright, and as that radiant energy goes through him, it's gonna go into the mouth and wrap around Phil, healing him for. Oh, actually, it's gonna be +4 on that too, so 24 with Radiant Soul.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then Phil's gonna get 46 healing. Hey. So the best one I've ever rolled.
Big.
Yeah.
All right.
So 21 healing for you, 24 damage for him. Pretty good turn. Movement, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, angry that you just blasted him. He's going to use a dash action and run closer to you. Dragging Philocles in his mouth. We're set. You gotta use a reaction and acrobatics or athletics to stay on him. 15 is gonna be enough. You almost kind of get knocked off, and you manage to basically like surf on the creature's shoulder blades as it charges towards Anna. All right. That brings us to these velociraptors. Oh, fateful velociraptor. Can't forget about him. He's almost there. Dipping, diving underneath the ferns, running up branches, leaping from rock to rock, letting out a wild and ferocious trilling sound as he makes his way towards his chosen enemy. Philocles, to you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of like in this thing's mouth. I'm gonna pull my axe out, but first I'm gonna bonus action grapple him, and I'm gonna grab his tongue. I'm gonna be grabbing onto his tongue as hard as I can.
Okay. So he's grappling you, you're gonna grapple him. Got it.
Yep. So here's my athletics. 15.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Oh
succeed.
my god. Unbelievable. All
I
right.
grab hard onto the tongue, and I don't have any movement, so because I'm grappled and restrained.
Right.
But I'm just kind of like flying in the air, right? And I'm just holding onto his tongue, and like if he tries to move, like I'm just holding onto his tongue, so his speed is now 0 also.
All right.
And then yeah, just like I'm gonna look at that thing that's in the back of your throat that like hangs down. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just take 2 swings at it. First one at advantage because it's glowing at me. 18.
18's gonna hit. Wait, you doing it reckless or?
No, but
guiding bolt.
the guiding bolt.
Right. But you're restrained, so it's at disadvantage. So the first attack would be
Oh, okay.
normal,
Oh yeah, I guess.
so an 11, and then a 13 with reset. All right. But then the second attack would be a 14 with reset, so that'll hit. Yeah.
Well, I'm at disadvantage, so I guess the second one's a
Oh shit.
natural one.
All right.
And yeah, that's
Room in there
my
to
turn.
swing the axe.
Yeah, there's not
Okay.
a lot. It's a big axe. Not a lot of room.
Okay, the creature cannot believe what is happening. It kind of closes its mouth harder, shakes its head. You refuse to let go of the grip. It is just going to chomp down on you. It is full of regrets. Full of regrets. Here we go. It brings those mighty teeth down even harder as you grip its tongue even harder. You hear the sound of muscle and flesh tearing in its mouth, but you also hear that same sound from your own body as it's grinding you up with its mighty teeth.
Yep.
Astreus. Oh, you unconscious. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
Helping Bill was probably more important. Sorry,
Let's see. All right, Dino is going to. It's really upset about Phil, but there are other factors at play here. It's got plenty of targets. So, On an odd, it'll go for Cyrus or Anastasia. On an even, no, you know what? We'll do a D4. 1 for Anna. 2 for Cyrus. 3, it'll try to get Reset off of its back by just trying to shake her loose. And then finally for Phil, that'll be number 4. So here we go. Oh, you rolled it for me. All right. Reset. It is going to try and buck you off its back. So there's a nearby tree here. Like when a bear has an itch, it's going to try and scratch you off against the tree.
Yeah, like a monster hunter.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me, you're going to oppose its athletics with your acrobatics. Here we go. Ooh. All right. It manages to kind of scrape you along the tree rather than have your body smash between a tree and 15,000 pounds of monster. You are forced to let go. You could either drop to the ground or hang onto the tree.
I'll plant my feet on the tree.
Okay. All right.
Do you just stick to the tree like?
With a mighty roar, the creature's turn comes back up. But it's not much of a roar. It's kind of a gurgling sound because somebody is holding onto its tongue and attacking its precious uvula. All right. Remembering its union obligations, it is going to try to tail sweep. And we'll do a D3, Anna, Cyrus, and Reset to see who it tail sweeps. And then Phil, it is going to try and chomp you again. So here we go. Spent 14 months playing with an owl named Frank, so I keep seeing Frank on the name tag and looking around for an owl. A 30 for 36 is going to hit.
Yeah, Pythor's gonna jump in, and he's gonna hold.
He's wanted to jump in this whole time. Yeah.
He's gonna hold the job. So.
Okay. He cries out, "My boy!" As he bursts through the trees and just grabs a hold of the jaws and tries to hold them open just enough to keep you alive.
So is that gonna have the half?
Kyra blows a whistle. Let's see. It halves the damage taken from an attack, and then resistance will be applied to the half damage. So having an effect and resisting an effect are 2 different things, so they can stack.
There you go.
You just can't double your resistance. Kyra blows the referee whistle, and grumpily he backflips off the map. You got it, boy. All right.
Thanks, Dad.
What do we get on that D3? No, I'll roll it real quick. There we go. A 3, Reset. It is going to try and dip its head low and raise its tail high and do like a nice little tail whip at you up on the tree. Here we go. That'd be a 24 for 26.
We'll use our reaction.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and reduce it. We can actually set that to auto roll for you. I gotta make a list of things we could do to pimp your sheet a little bit. All right.
I'll do that for now.
Yeah, you can actually just here. I'm in the sheet. Hold on. Double bracket. Double bracket. All right. So that'll do it for you automatically in the future.
Cool.
So what does that look like?
It reduces damage by 5. It's not much, but
Yeah. So 21 points of damage.
Yeah, I was asking, what does it look like?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Like, what's your thematically?
thematically, you see the eye kind of glow in my head, the image of the eye glow in my forehead, and it looks like it's moving through, like it becomes slower as it's moving through a wall of force coming towards you to reduce the damage coming at you.
Hype. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Very slowly, it finishes the spin. Phil's body kind of tossing back and forth in its mouth, blood staining both Phil and its jowls. All right. Hypatia, to you.
I really wish I could bring Astraeus around, but I don't think I have any way to do that. How far away am I?
Dang, Astraeus.
I'm 30 feet away. I'm going to... I'm gonna mind sliver him.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. And not known for its intelligence. Let's see what happens.
I like it as a cantrip.
Ooh, it rolled an 18, but that -4. Punishing. All right, he takes the damage, and his next saving throw will be baned. I can actually just turn that on so we don't forget. Boop. There we go. That'll automatically roll the D4 for him. If you want to be the one that rolls the D4, though, just let me know and I'll turn it off when he has to save. Okay.
That's fine. I'm going to bonus action Misty Step up next to Anastasia.
Oh, shoot. That'll actually be everything will be a negative D4. Damn. Okay. I'll just put a marker on it so we know. Put a green dot. Okay.
Trust me, we won't let you forget.
Yeah, fair. Oh, damn. All right. As you move up with all those delicious snakes slithering around your head, he definitely takes notice. All right, we got so many targets. Target-rich environments. It is going to cash in a legendary action. And Phil, you're going to be number 1. Hypatia's number 2. Anastasia's number 3. Cyrus is number 4. And Reset is number 5. All right, I'll roll a D5 here. Here we go.
That's what we didn't want.
All right. Realizing he probably needs to get his mouth free, he's gonna bite. Uh, 21 for 32.
Wait.
What? Ooh. What?
Wouldn't he technically be biting his tongue off?
I mean, he'd probably be hurting his tongue, sure, but yeah.
Just put it out there. Just put it out there.
Okay.
I think he has the 2 intelligences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw some tongue damage on there, sure. Here we go. He just starts like throwing like hit points at you, Astraeus, like like rap stars do with money. He's just like, yeah, okay, sure, there you go. All right, he takes 8 damage as he bites his own tongue, but also has grounded up a Philippocles. Unfortunately, this monster does not understand, like magic for the most, because it's 2 intelligence. So we'll see how that pans out. All right, attractive Velociraptor having a picnic. Cyrus, to you.
Okay. We are going to attack. Move up and attack.
Do it. Because of the great size of this creature, even Anna, who is cockeyed and 15 feet up in the air from you, still provides a flank. A 26, pretty good. No, that hits. He takes 8
damn it, didn't roll. So I get extra D6 to that, sorry.
It adds a D6 or a D8?
Oh, right. Sorry, 1D8.
Okay. So just go ahead and roll it off the dice tray then.
I don't know why I did 2 there. But they're both 8s, so
Okay.
that's the 8.
All
And
right.
second attack.
Let's see. That second attack also hits. All right. So dropping a lot of damage on this dude.
and 3 more of that stuff.
Okay.
Burning through my psych, and as it's hitting, you're seeing that kind of same energy that the tail
that
got
second
stopped by
strike.
being added to.
It is bloodied.
That thing says you can add your intelligence modifier too. I want to make sure we get every hit point we can.
That would be wise. That would be wise. All right.
Oh, my intelligence modifier is added to that?
Yeah, that's what it
that's
says. You can expend
Okay,
one
so
sonic
that's-
energy die, rolling and dealing force damage to the target equal to the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier.
Alright, so that is 6 more damage to it.
Okay.
Technically, you can't roll the second dice. It's a once on each of your turns ability.
Okay, so
okay.
we'll add the intelligence modifier in the future.
Gotcha.
And we'll just leave it as it is for now. That works for me. So let's see. Okay. And what's your intelligence modifier? +3? +2?
Plus 3.
All right. So I've set it up so that whenever you roll it, it'll roll a d8 +3 into the description. Okay. All right. The creature is bloodied. As your turn ends, the creature is going to angrily shake its head. It needs its mouth free. It has killed Philippocles. Philippocles is dead, and he will never get up because that is how it works in the jungle. And so he just kind of throws you up in the air. I'll just roll a d8, see what direction you go in. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. He throws you over here. You land with a thud, taking 1 failed death save. He flips around and sees that there's plenty of targets, and he's got his mouth free. So I'm going to roll a d4 and see which one of you he's going to chop. All right. Hypatia's 1. Reset is 4. Astraeus, doom your party. All right. Cyrus, it is going to lean down. Its mouth dripping with blood from its injured tongue and from Philippocles is going to try and bite you like you are a lawyer on a toilet. 28 for 34.
Alright. I'll lessen it.
Okay.
Reduce
All right,
it by
so
4.
30. And you are grappled and restrained in its mouth. Reset to you.
I
Okay.
think the protective field is supposed to have a modifier, isn't it? Isn't it also a d8 +3?
I don't know, guys.
Oh, it is. It is adding. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Shut up, Astraeus.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. So as it bends down to bite on Cyrus, Reset's going to lunge forward and run across the nice, smooth, straight surface between his eyes and his nose. I'm gonna run.
The bridge.
Yeah,
of
his
the
snoot.
Okay, yeah.
Gonna run there, and then kind of tumble down and plunge my dagger into his neck again.
Okay.
It's like, oh no, not again.
Trying to be as flavorful as I can.
Oh yeah, I got you. Wink, wink. +2 cinematic bonus from when we first started all this.
Yeah, it looks like a flank too.
Yeah. So a 47 will hit for 7 points of damage.
The second one.
Also hits 8
And then
more
I'm-
damage as you are just stabbing and slashing at its back.
And then I'm gonna flurry of blows this one.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Okay, so these. Oh wait, that's an auto miss anyway, so I can't fix that. Okay, then I'll just do the 4.
Okay. I feel like you've made a decision that there's gonna be a short rest after this, so you're like, I guess I'll just spend all my key points. Anything else from Reset?
And that's all I can do.
Okay, we're gonna do a D4 again to see who it tries to deal with. Astraeus, roll it out for us.
Not sure I'm within range.
Oh, if it's bite, well he'll
You're
tail you.
definitely- Yeah, you're oh,
Yeah.
You're good. Here
All
you
right.
go.
All right. All right. I guess he will tail. No, his bite's got a 10-foot reach. So, but his mouth is full of Cyrus. All right. Yeah, he'll just tail whip you. This is for you, Hypatia. They call this an attack roll. All right, a 30 for 24.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Okay.
Uh.
That's one
If
hell
I
of a
could
shield. Yeah.
3 times, yeah.
I mean, I don't even think a blade singer at this level could handle a 30. Maybe. Depends on your build.
If you pump it
yeah.
in, throw a little College of Swords Bard in there.
Yeah. You take that tail and are somehow still standing because the writers didn't put a knockdown effect on a 15,000-pound monster's tail whip. You know, makes sense. Oof. Anastasia, to you.
All right. I'm just gonna get away from it because we need our tough boys alive again. So I'm gonna dive back down.
Okay. Are you disengaging or are you risking a potential tail whip?
Yeah, I can't disengage. So give me the tail.
Okay. Here it comes.
Oh God.
That one.
22
Yeah.
for 26.
All right. I think I'm concentrating on anything. All right. So I'm gonna get down to Phil. Hey, get up. Let's do the Cure Wounds. Yeah, I might as well take one. Where is it? I'm just gonna roll it. Dice tray. For level 3 curiosity.
3d8 plus your
So
whatever.
19.
Oh!
Phil, it's still here. I'll point at it, and then
What am I doing over here?
And with my other hand, I'll healing light Disgrace. So he gets a
Oh man, that Celestial Warlock. Double healing.
yeah.
All right.
19.
Yeah, you got 19.
Yeah,
and
19,
Disgrace got
and
2.
then- And Destroyer's got 2.
Hey, I'm up. That's all that matters. Thank you.
Yeah, totally equitable. Totally equitable.
And that'll be my turn. I'm on the
All
ground.
right. The Frank is going to use his last legendary action point. We're going to roll a D3. Hypatia's number 1, Reset's number 2, Cyrus is number 3. All right. Reset, he is going to try and he's actually going to try rolling on the ground with you. And Cyrus's mouth, doing like a little crocodile roll. You know what I'm saying? If you do not make this, you are going to take some crushing damage. So you're basically trying to log roll this dinosaur to avoid being crushed by it. So
right.
you're gonna oppose its athletics with your acrobatics.
Can you stick to creatures with the slippers, or is it only like objects?
I mean, hype-wise, should be able to. Double 3s. Oh my god. Yeah. It drops to the ground, starts rolling, and you manage to avoid being crushed by 15,000 pounds of
He doesn't
dinosaur.
realize he has a little, like a valley behind his neck.
He springs
just
back
hide
up, and he kind of looks left. He looks right. He, like, doesn't see you. And then he kind of, like, looks up in the air like he can still feel you on his back. And in frustration, he just starts shaking Cyrus even harder. All right. Fateful Velociraptor charges into battle. It runs between the creature's legs, panting, but ready. It will fuck Frank up. All right. Phil, to you.
Is it like screaming like a war cry or something?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's just screaming. It's been screaming Frank for 4 rounds. So, just one long held A in Frank.
I kind of want him to live. Not Frank. The
The
dairy.
little ball.
Yeah, I mean, Anna just healed me. I'm like, oh wow, I'm messing up, and I'm gonna spend 5 feet to stand up because of athlete, and I'm gonna let out a battle cry, and so I go back into another rage.
Hype. Okay.
And I'm gonna fly straight at it.
Okay.
Because I don't know any what is it called when you look after your
Preservation.
your body? Self-preservation. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I got
right.
Anna and Mistress. I don't need that.
You literally didn't even know the
So
word.
these are reckless.
Yeah. Good role playing. I would say 26 definitely hits. 14 because of the flank.
16. I'm reckless.
Oh, you reckless? Oh shit. Okay. I wish this was a more intelligent creature. I could take advantage of that, but I'm gonna continue to have him randomly attack because that feels right. So we've got 19 and 17. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, they were beefy hits. Felt real good. I was.
He begins to stagger a bit. All right. And he is out of legendary actions until his turn comes back around, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, he's got one more. Okay. So here we go. Starting with Hypatia, Phil will be number 2, Reset will be number 3, Cyrus will be number 4. Give me a D4. 3. Reset again. All right. He has not given up, Reset. He is going to try the back scratch maneuver.
On the tree? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Not the pug nail trim maneuver.
He doesn't have long enough forelimbs to use an actual back scratcher.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's very ableist of you to point that out. Oh my god! Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, you can't fail a skill check, so he does manage to kind of peel you off his back. All right. That brings us to Astreus. And I guess if he's facing this way, then Cyrus would be facing this way too. This way, whip him around.
God damn. Okay, I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
Oh, okay.
And oh shit, it's centered on me. Why is it a? How do I get rid of the?
Just draw it on you. Just draw it on yourself if it's centered on you.
Yeah, then it wouldn't move with me. I'll put the aura on me in a second here. So after I do that, so the flight does not. I checked. It doesn't fade when I'm incapacitated.
Don't worry, I'm here for you. I'll move the aura. I'll move the aura.
I'll go here and then I'm going to activate the aura on Phil, which will give him 2d6 of healing. Thank you.
Yep.
Boop. All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna the next round channel Divinity 2. Haha.
Hopefully it'll be dead.
Is it even blood? Oh, it is bloodied. Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
It's staggering.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
All right. Anything else from Astreus?
No.
Okay.
5 legendary actions. Go. 1, 2, 3.
All right. There's the bloop, 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 and
on this side.
yeah, it is going to take the obvious approach here. It is going to bite who's in its mouth, but it is then going to it's going to randomly pick who it's going to tail whip. So 1, 2, 3 for the tail whip, and here comes the bite. Looks like a 3, so that's going to be for Reset. All right. Bite for Cyrus, tail for Reset. 29 for 38 on the bite, 28 for 19 on the tail.
I'm down.
Alrighty. Well, now that you are dead, and dead forever, it can free up its mouth to fight someone else. It is weird how this other guy that smells just like the guy he killed earlier is now fighting it. But, I mean, that happens sometimes. You know, you guys probably hatched from the same clutch of eggs. Alright. Hypatia. To you.
Okay. I don't know how it will interact with legendary actions, but
Okay.
we'll find out. I'm gonna do this.
I'll actually tell you up front. Legendary actions do not get impacted by slow. Oh, let's see what we got here. You physically lash out at one creature you can see within range. They must make an intelligence saving throw. 3d6 psychic and can't take a reaction. Okay, can't take a reaction. Moreover, on its turn, it must choose whether it does a move, an action, or a bonus action. Oh, that's nice. 4th edition Days coming back. It gets one of the 3 on a successful save. The target takes half as much damage and suffers none of the spell's other effects. So, this is a new spell, first time using it. So we'll walk through all the stuff really quick. A multi-attack is an action, so it'll still be able to take its full action economy of multi-attack if it opts to not move, but it wouldn't be able to move and then do anything else in that way. Okay. So let's see, and then it doesn't have a bonus action, but also noteworthy. It doesn't get a reaction, but legendary actions are essentially their own type of currency outside of that. Okay. Either way, you're gonna drop some damage on it, and everyone could run away if they wanted to.
I was just say,
reposition,
if they succeed on, or if it fails its save, anyways.
Yeah, you know by now it's reaches 10, so anybody that doesn't want to be put in the lottery every time it attacks could move without provoking opportunity attack. Here we go.
I mean, it would have to get a 19 or a 20 to save.
No, he's gotta try. All right. It takes that damage. You see one little nosebleed coming out of his nostril. One little nosebleed.
Well, and since he can't take reactions now, go move away.
Smart. Oh man, that's the Days, but on a big guy it looks pretty rough. I don't know. I kind of like it though. All right, you have
Looks like there's an X on his eyes.
You scrambled him so hard that he went back to like Super Nintendo times. All right. As your turn ends, furious at being turned into Super Nintendo times, he is going to roll a d8 to toss this dead creature that's dead forever, because that's how nature works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's fun. Astreus, Anastasia, go ahead and give me dexterity saving throws. He's going to throw Cyrus at you guys.
I'll let it hit me.
Aww. And try to like gently catch him.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay. Okay.
Give me some damage, I guess.
Yeah. There you go.
Does that mean I don't have to do the save?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently she's a linebacker. So.
Anna's my blocker. Woo!
All right. You take 17 points of damage. Feathers fly everywhere. But you do catch him.
I got it.
All right, that is definitely, since he dealt damage and impacted things, that is his legendary action, so he is done skis for that. Cyrus, saving throw against death.
Why is that not on the saves tab? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were just talking about this character sheet. Just talking about it. It's got such a unique layout.
I can't see my character.
Just roll a. I can move.
You're under Anna. Yeah.
There you go.
I got 10.
All right. One success. As your turn ends, Frank only has 2 targets. All right. Odd. It will try to bite Phil. Even. Reset. All right.
I
swear to Christ, Reset, I'm not stacking these.
Can I use my reaction to like jump into the mouth?
That's pretty hype. All right. If you could beat him in an athletics check, you could willfully jump into its mouth. All right. Here we go. Oh, what is with this guy's athletics check? Okay, yeah. As it goes to grab Reset, you sort of like grab hold of its mouth and like, just like hand on either side, roar at it, and in response, it just chomps down on you. All right, here we go. 28 for 34.
It hurts.
All right, and you are once again in its
Oh, wait.
mouth.
I took too much damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just take it half. All right, reset.
Okay. Did he turn around as he was going for me, or is he? Still
He never
looking
got a
that way?
chance to. No.
All right. I'm going to dive forward, right at his neck,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do the good old stabby. Just
Okay.
repeated stabs.
You're not gonna like cartwheel from the tip of its tail all the way along its spine to its snoot.
No, I'm doing the
Oh,
monster
you're saving
hunter
that.
stabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's how the dagger users do it on the big monsters. They cartwheel up its spine. It's amazing. All right.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, what a tease.
I'm gonna add that to. So I know it's 14, so I'm just gonna add +6
Okay.
to it.
That hits.
Sorry, that just.
Yeah, as you do, it kind of leans too far forward. Its balance is off. It kind of staggers against the tree to hold itself up. You strike it
One more.
again.
And now I'm gonna punch it.
Okay.
So I left the dagger in its neck, and now I'm just punching the dagger now. And this is the flurry of blows. I will add 4 to that.
Okay. With that, how does it die?
I just keep punching the dagger into its neck until I guess the entire blade is in there, and I see Phil come out of the mouth.
All right.
Oh, I had every intention to flurry it, even if it was going to die.
Right. Yeah, but just like Reckless, just get to the habit of announcing it at the beginning of your turn. Okay. So things calm down. As it falls, I will check to see if it lands on Fateful Velociraptor and kills it. All right. Fateful Velociraptor. You just have to make a dexterity save. Here you go.
Oh no.
He is crushed. And killed.
Nice.
Oh.
I go grab its head. I grab the Velociraptor's head.
There's literally nothing left. It's a pancake.
Damn it!
It's
That
trapped
poor
under
thing.
15,000 pounds of dinosaur. It didn't die, and then its head magically popped off with a cork popping sound and landed on your shield.
Stupid T-Rex.
Should I dish out my my heals?
Yes, please.
First is definitely going to I keep wanting to call you
Cyrus.
Talus, but Cyrus, yeah, to get him up. So that 4 is for him, and then I have 8 more batches of 2d6. I'm gonna do Anna, Reset, Hypatia, and Phil in that order. So Anna,
Oh
Reset,
yeah. I'll take that 12.
Hypatia, and Phil.
All right. As you are doing this, you see, moving through the jungle with confidence and skill, more dinosaurs. Let's see. More dinosaurs. Come on, guys. There you go. Do your adorable Foundry drift. There you go. All right. Looking over, you do see smaller T-Rexes covered in feathers. They are being ridden by humanoid lizards.
Okay, I'm still in the mouth. I'm gonna
Okay.
fly up to about 20 feet to make it look like the T-Rex is standing, lifting up its mouth, and I'm gonna open up the jaws, and I'm just gonna let out my best impersonation of a T-Rex roar.
Okay.
You want me to roleplay that? Because I can.
Yeah. That could definitely lower the. Oh.
Just like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, give you a performance.
It's still alive.
I instantly chuck a spear at it.
Oof. I mean, you did roar in real life, but it's. Yeah. I guess. If your insight is below 21, you guys think that the perhaps Lutheria has reanimated the T-Rex and it is still trying to swallow Phil. It's kind of horrifying.
Just got a dangling.
Yeah, it's like a horrible like puppet with like it's it's just sort of flopping around. These creatures, this humanoid one, very big. They all look at each other, sort of confused. They're riding, a couple of them are riding on a mace-tail behemoth. Yes, that's what we used to call them in 4th edition, a mace-tail behemoth. It's an Ankylosaurus. Alright. Oh, also these Allosauruses are called feathered sharptooths. Yeah. So, they were going to approach, but now they are unsure of what to do.
No pressure, Anna, but we may need your voice to survive this next encounter.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, you should heal up. We're gonna pull out the wand of healing. Or dish out. Alright. While they're distracted. Maybe they haven't quite seen us yet. Go, wand of healing, we got 8 charges, 2, 3. Like did nothing happened, alright. Anything? Alright, Stress. Oh. Stress.
Alright. They seem to be forming a quick lizard huddle over here.
And this is 2 for Cyrus. I say, and I'll say to him, you did well. Try and be more careful next time.
Alright, they seem to
How
be
much
leaving.
total was that?
Wait,
9.
they're leaving. Wait, I didn't want to believe. I'm gonna fly out of the mouth.
Okay.
The body will fall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just fly after them.
Okay. If you're not making any pains to be stealthy about it, they will notice you flying after
I'm not
them.
trying. I'm trying to approach them.
Okay, okay. Let me see if they decide to stick around or if they are too shook by what they have witnessed and pick up the pace. Alright, they begin to ride away even faster. Fortunately for you, an Ankylosaurus is very slow, so it's only got a speed of 30 as it lumbers through the jungle. The Allosauruses, though, begin to quickly pick up the pace, leaping over underbrush and fallen trees, making their way further away. One of the riders of the Ankylosaurus looks back. It's hard to tell their emotions, but you're feeling a panic vibe as they look back at this crazed ape that is flying after them. All right.
Yeah, and I'm just screaming in Draconic because
Okay.
that's what the brief. That's what the brief
yeah.
was. Hold on to my coin.
What
I'm
do you
just
say?
screaming in. We want to talk.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
While that's going on, I'm going to recast Aura of Vitality and try and heal up our party. 10 heals.
Alright, here is my persuasion check. I used to like to see how bad I did, but now I get to fool myself and think I did better than I did.
Do it for everyone else. I can take care of myself.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll summon
Yeah.
and get full healing.
All right. The smaller of the two shouts back at you.
Do you mean us no harm?
If you mean the same.
We heard the great Frank was hunting. We sought to take whatever remains he left behind. We were very surprised to see him slain. But His spirit is strong. His body reanimated.
We
So,
are
We must
we are
flee.
powerful people. You have nothing to worry though. We have dispatched the one you call Frank.
Oh, okay. It lets out a long hissing cry, and you see 2 of the 3 Allosauruses slow down. The third one just off into the distance. All right. They kind of circle the wagons and kind of come back to speak with you. They flick their very long tongues, scenting you as you approach.
You are different. No scales. You are Amazon woman, here to trade for behemoths.
No, I'm kind of
Show
like
us your slaves, and we will show you what behemoths we have in stock.
Look, I'm not really like a diplomat or anything. I'm kind of the guy that just hits shit they tell me to. Do you want to come back and talk to my party?
Curiously, it begins to touch, it hops down off the ankleo, and it begins to touch your beard.
I have never seen an Amazon with so much fur covering on its face.
I'm no Amazon.
Yes, you are. You have milk glands.
And it pokes you in the nipple.
You have long fur on your head.
And it pulls on your hair.
Yeah, you should see the
Amazon.
rest. No,
You wear... what is the word? Dress.
And it points at your loincloth situation.
this is not a dress. It's
Or
probably the most-
Amazons. Greetings. Welcome to Fire Island. You have come to trade for behemoths, yes?
No. Damn it! Can someone talk to these guys? I don't know what to say.
Trace is gonna look
come.
at Anna and like gesture
We
her
take
over.
you to village. You can see our wares and stock. We make trade.
Hold on.
Which of
Don't
you
you
is
want
the
to-
slaves?
Don't you want to get the big monster?
Oh, they kind of murmur to each other.
You would share such a kill?
I'm gonna give Phil a quick look. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just tell you in common, they could have what I don't want.
once we've gone through the kill, then you may take the rest. We cannot eat all of it.
Okay, Anna, you're gonna need to roll some initiative.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna do. I was just waiting until stuff that was
Okay.
was happening. I was gonna knock on the TRS and say, "Hey, you guys are safe." But I'll roll initiative if you want.
Okay. Well, hold on. Give me a persuasion check, because you can speak to them. So, maybe they don't burst out like chest burster aliens
Yeah.
and try to kill you.
Yeah.
It's a big maybe.
persuasion. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Their heads pop out. They look at you.
Eh?
You guys are safe. Get out of here before a bigger one shows up.
All right. They run, and in the case of Gluttonous, roll away into the jungle.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, they were legit going to pack tactics kill you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I was waiting, and I was waiting my turn, and then I'll hop over here. What's the situation?
So, they think we're Amazons and that we have slaves. But I
Must
don't
be
know.
the people they often see.
Yeah, convince them that we're not Amazons, that we're doing... Tell them about what we're here for. And
What are we here?
I gotta go cut.
I want to telepathically speak to the big guy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, aren't we...
Sure. What do you say to the big guy?
A great scaled one. We come as emissaries of the new Dragonlords.
All right, I'm gonna roll to see if this dude. It's two-way for this particular ability.
Yes, because I
Okay.
targeted him, he can talk back.
Unlike that old one warlock, poor bastards. All right.
Creep.
Yep. Why wouldn't it stay the same? Why wouldn't it stay the same? I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, it says, there are no dragons here. There is dragon in volcano.
Shudder's gonna go down my spine.
He said that in Draconic?
He said it psychically back to Cyrus.
Oh.
Well, looks like they may have a dragon here. In the volcano.
You have a dragon in your volcano?
You said it in Draconic to the room?
Yeah.
Essentially? To the
Yeah,
jungle?
yeah.
Alright. Devious Lizard Folk says,
No, not us. Not us. We do not have it.
I mean, like on the island. There's one there?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Talk to my allies.
Gifted to the Firewalkers by the Stormlord.
Did you say Stormlord?
Stormlord. Looks like you, Amazon. But much bigger.
What did he want for the gift in return?
Not he. Amazons all women.
Okay,
what did she
the
want to-
Stormlord? What did the Stormlord request
I don't
in
know.
return?
You will have to ask our queen.
Okay.
We
Will you take
would
us
like
there?
to. Yeah, we would like to speak with your queen.
Yes. Speak with queen. Bring your slaves. We will trade. Behemoths.
We don't have slaves, but
No slaves.
we will bring lots of big, munchy monster meat to eat on. To
We
feast
can
on.
help you harvest.
Yeah, if you have any skilled harvesters that want to help me out, I mean,
when you say that, they all make a weird sound. Which
weird what sound you cut out?
Yeah, it's just a.
you like
sound.
clicking your tongue? Are you like clicking your tongue? Like what is?
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
look.
okay.
You know. Oh, you just messed with me. Oh, okay.
No,
No, it
Every
didn't
time
translate
you
to the
say,
microphone.
every time
It
you're about
didn't
to
come
make a
through.
noise, it goes.
didn't come through the
it's a
mic.
silence.
It didn't.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, every time we did it would pause. It didn't actually translate through.
Oh,
think-
it's
I thought-
probably
no,
the
I think
pickup.
your mic-
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
picking it up. It wasn't.
Okay,
picking
so
it
here, this meme will explain what sound they're making.
up.
When you say if you have any skilled harvesters, they
Wow.
lulls. Yeah, they lulls.
Yeah, I'm
Like, is
I'll,
this a joke, bro? Come on.
I'll chuckle back with them, and I'll
Okay.
be like, "I'm pretty good myself. Let's
So
get to work."
normally a creature of that size would take 4 more hours to harvest, but with this many lizard folk, it takes 1 hour.
Nice, yeah. I'll lead the harvesters back to it, and we'll get to work. And I'll keep my eyes on them and make sure they don't snag any like teeth or anything. You know, like.
Okay, sure.
Come check this out.
Hypatia just reached the group and now has to go all the way back.
Trucking through
What?
the jungle.
Ugh.
One of them does say,
That Amazon has snakes in her head.
She's not an Amazon.
Did she train those snakes?
They are her friends.
That is
work,
many snake friends.
They work with her.
We trade for her snakes.
They don't come off. I think.
Just when she's showering, there's a clump of snakes in the drain.
Oh God. Oh.
That's awful.
Let's see. Okay. T-Rex. What can we get from this bad boy?
Yeah, I'll get the dwarves over and our B team.
Alright, hold on. Apparently I'm unable to spell any of the words I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. Alright. Oh, T-Rex is relatively simple compared to most monsters. Okay. Due to the strength and might of this creature, its jawbone could be... Holy shit. Its jawbone could serve as the primary ingredients to make a great axe up to a +2 equivalent.
Wow.
Furthermore, one of its thigh bones combined with its hind leg claw could be crafted into a glaive of up to +2 equivalent. The rest is simply leather, meat, and bone. Keeping in mind that we are living in a fantasy world, so the good drops contain the essence of the monster, the magic, the soul, the life force that makes it special. This is the stuff that would be used for crafting magical items and potions and things like
What's
that.
it worth?
If you decide that you don't want to make either of those items, the jawbone and the thigh bone that contain the essence of the creature could be sold for 200 gold pieces each, also known as drachmae. Keep in mind that the jawbone does not make an axe for babies. The jawbone weighs 100 pounds. Yeah. Which seems pretty light, honestly. And the thigh bone weighs 170 pounds. I hope that the weapon doesn't weigh that much when they're done, but they'll be pretty heavy weapons overall.
Okay, guys, we need to kill 374 more of these things so I can get my gear.
Now,
Oh my god!
Now, as far as like how many rations like of meat could be harvested from this thing, and how much leather could be harvested to make armor and stuff, quite a bit. Bones for weapons, teeth for arrows and daggers, but none of those would contain enough of the creature's essence to be crafted in a magical way. If you were to liquidate the entire creature to a culture that actually likes to spend, that has money and stuff like that, you could probably get over 1,000 gold for this carcass, if not a little bit more.
Okay, just 149 more.
And that's if you took out the thigh bone, the rear claw, and the jawbone.
If nobody wants it, I'd like the top of the skull. It'd look great on the boat mast.
That would be kind of dope.
The
T-Rex
figurehead.
skull. Oh man.
Well, I need the jawbones. The skull's gonna look a little
Yeah.
weird.
You just lay the top down.
No, the top half is still very
Like
nice.
those hats they give you when you go to like dinosaur theme parks. Where you have just the top of the T-Rex on the top of your head.
Actually look really cool at the top of a bed, like it's a canopy for a bed.
That would also be very cool. So yeah, that's the situation with the T-Rex.
You like to wake up inside a dinosaur's mouth.
Well,
Sure.
here's what I want to do. I just want to get the good stuff, and then just give the rest to the lizard folk as like a gift of patronage.
Oh damn! This would be quite a gift. They not only is it a tremendous amount of food, which they like, but they like food more than just about anything. But it also is a powerful monster, so consuming its flesh will make them very strong.
Yeah, so I don't know if everyone else is on board with that, or we could sell it to them.
Does that mean I could keep the top of the skull if they want just the meat part?
I mean,
Yeah.
they'll literally take whatever you give them and be happy about it. in their culture, you killed it, it's yours. So anything that you're giving them is you foolishly and soft-heartedly giving them a gift. So, and they're savvy enough to be like, we're okay with that. They're not too proud to take gifts. They're not too proud to take gifts.
Let's give them a gift in honor of their queen.
Yeah, we should make sure to separate some of the valuable stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna
specifically to
take.
give
Yeah,
their
I'm gonna
queen.
take the. I'm gonna take the good stuff that was listed earlier: the jawbone, the rear claw, and the hip bone. I think it was for the
Yeah,
grave.
rear claw, hip bone go together, and then the jawbone.
Yep, I'm gonna take those 2 pieces. Yeah, and then we'll just give the rest of them to that. And I'll let Anna explain to him that we're gonna give him the gift because she'll probably get us more brownie points.
Okay.
Hold on.
Do you want
I'm
me
gonna
to
slide all the way
still
back over
roll?
here.
Do you want me to still roll to get the stuff, or is it just gonna be like a success since we have so many?
Please
Wizard
see
folk
the
helping us?
meme that was posted.
Okay, okay.
Literally, their racial ability is harvesting stuff. Like, yeah. They're good.
Okay, yep. And I'm gonna just give all this heavy shit to my dad to carry around,
Okay.
because I don't have my bag of golding.
So we'll go up to the main one riding the mace-tailed behemoth, and I'll say, our hunters help gather this creature as a gift for your queen. We'd very much like to speak with her.
Right. As more of your allies catch up, they inform you that there were some larger velociraptors. Dionysus? I can't remember.
Deinonychus.
Deinonychus, thank you. Yeah, the big raptors. There were big raptors that were coming in for some picking off any of you that the T-Rex wasn't interested in, but they handled them so that you guys didn't have to worry about that. Kyra's still trying to figure out how to get big again. But I feel like it's in her nature to take advantage of this flaw in the mod and stay small for a while. As more of them approach, the lizard folk all say,
Many Amazons. Many. Our slave.
They point at Graxus. Graxus lets out a low and ominous sound deep in his throat.
No, not slave and not Amazons. We are emissaries of the Order of New Dragonlords.
Ah,
You must
You're-
not call anyone Amazon or slave.
your clutch mate.
It says, pointing at Cremis. And then
Sure.
pointing at you, Phil.
Can I insight that? I don't know what a clutch mate is.
It probably means like sibling.
Yeah, I'm thinking brother.
Yeah.
You look the same. Yes?
No, you look the same, and I'll point it to them.
Oh yeah, they seem very proud of this. They all nod.
Yes.
All right. Chopped up, it turned into innumerable amounts of hamburger. Frank's reign of terror is over.
I'll message Cantrip Phil. Do you think a biology lesson would be helpful right now?
If we turn them into hot dogs, we're gonna have fat friends.
I
I
don't really wanna hear that.
Inspiration.
I mean, I'm not too. It's up to you, Hypatia. If you want to teach us biology,
Sure, I'll.
and I'll kind of
I'll,
scoff.
Someone cast Mage Hand and flip Phil's loincloth off.
So I'll go give the lizard folk a biology lesson
Oh wow.
about
Okay.
what humans are and
Yeah.
what lizard folk are and so on.
Are you available to give this talk to to anyone, because like the local school system might want to hire you, because damn, Hypatia, you know a lot about humanoid biology. What?
So
By the
Alex-
time you're done, they all look kind of sick, like to their stomachs a little bit, because you're talking about like sexual dimorphia or whatever it is, and all this other craziness, and like external genitalia, and they're just like trying to keep it down to be polite, but man, you're basically like space aliens at this point.
Man, I didn't even know that about half elves. I am one.
As she was about to give this speech, I would have said something along the lines of
When you
our
get to
shaman
the
wished to-
when you get to the part about live birth, one of them passes out. So yeah, they help Big Boy back up, and he looks around.
You are very terrifying. This one comes from egg.
It points at Anastasia.
Bird.
Anastasia shrugs, nods.
Do sirens come from eggs?
Yep.
It's
'Cause
100% up to Red. Red is right in the lore that that award-winning authors didn't bother to. Anastasia, did you guys hatch from eggs?
Let's put a pin in it. I think that'll be important to I don't know.
Is it important? Is there something we need to know, Anna?
You gotta understand, if you came from an egg, that means you lay eggs. Keep that in
Yes.
mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, hey, free breakfast all the time, right?
Wow.
Whoa! I mean, to the
Wow.
wizard folk, yeah.
This is taking a very awkward turn.
What about fertilized eggs, right?
You see Kyra updating her fan fiction with a very confused look on her face. Alright. Let me go ahead and get all y'all stacked up, and they will take you back to their village. Those of you who've played with me for a while, you've seen this village a million times. It's my favorite tribal village. Just deal with it. There's only so many good-looking tribal villages, and I needed like 40 for this adventure, so but it's
So we're
a
gonna see it 40 more
good one.
times?
but I'm gonna flip it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. You're gonna flip
Yeah.
it 40 different ways?
Flipped, inverted, rotates
you-
slightly, 80 degrees. 20
You
degrees.
underestimate my Photoshop power.
Last time I saw a house like this, the door was facing north.
Hey, you know, if you go to suburban America, every house on the block looks the same. So
Yeah,
just throw
yeah.
that out there. All right. Yeah. So they'll head back to the village. Let me get you guys there. Lizard folk village. Toggle navigation. There we go.
So, Phil, just so you know, Cyrus is all about trophies too. It's just he's not good at harvesting them. He likes them. Mementos, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't you show?
So they'll definitely help you.
There we go.
With what? I mean, you could point out what things are, but maybe.
Knowledge skills. Yarp.
I got those knowledge skills.
You'd have them. You'd have all of them if you brought the best BT member that's available to you. But whatever. So it's fine. Wouldn't even let him. You wouldn't even let him help with the.
Look.
eggs.
All right. I tried. I'm like the one person that's like, I don't think he's a bad guy, but everyone else thinks he's a bad guy. All right.
All right.
So-
I'm
You
just
guys-
saying, I didn't have any trouble with
I've
the
never seen
biology
this
lesson.
map before.
Oh, good,
Great.
good. Okay. I'm glad at least one
I've-
person could appreciate it.
I've never seen it either.
Wink. All right. Let's see. Lizard folk village goodies. All right. There we go. Mm-mm. All right.
Phil has a sword on him.
I don't know why I have a sword on me.
What? Why are you attacking him? He just went hostile.
Oh, I know. I was trying to turn off my rage. By the way, did we get a short rest or did anyone heal me?
I mean, if you were helping harvest, no. If you wanted
okay.
to spend an extra hour,
Well,
then yeah.
No,
but-
I could say that like while we were walking, I could pump a couple of healing spells into him, some cure wounds.
Still has no self-preservation.
You're like so proud you have this word down now.
Let's see. What am I looking for here? Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. You know, in real life, I roll d8s like a pro, but in VTT, I do not.
All right, you guys arrive at the village of
Oh my god.
I believe these are the Rajonculus tribe. Pretty sure it's a Rajonculus tribe.
They have big booties.
No, they don't. They have fat tails, if you're into that. Fat bottom-tailed lizards, you make my rockin' world go round. Famous song by Miley Kyra in her early days. All right. You guys arrive. There's a Dorbs lizard folk looking down at you guys. They all murmur to themselves, "Amazons," as you are brought into the village.
I look pointedly at the at the lizard folk that I educated, like this is a quiz.
Like this is a quiz.
This big guy says, "Not Amazons, live birthers, like monkey, like tiger."
Yeah,
They all just seem more confused than before.
I'm very proud of them.
All right.
Wait, do they think that Amazons lay eggs?
Man, I don't know what they think. Okay. All right. Big boy pats down his mount, and he and this one, Solistus. Oh my. Will guide you through the village. All right. You see. Let me see if there's any flavor text for these guys. Let's see. Wait, I think the Rajonculus were wiped out. Let me double check here. the tribes. No, these are the these are the Rajonculus. Okay. All right. Just making sure we're not missing anything. No. Flavor text. You're on your own, bro. LOL. Okay. Thanks, award-winning writers. As you arrive at the lizard folk setting, or village, you see that it has a large palisade of jungle wood. Menacing spikes jut out to keep angry Metosauruses from getting into the village. You see that there are domesticated behemoths of all varieties being used as mounts, beasts of labor, and even adorable little pets. The lizard folk live in a combination of grassy, muddy mounds, but also in nearby cliff dwellings. These cliffs are close to the coast, which does give them access to some fishing as well. They have a lovely sacrificial platform where they can throw people off the waterfall, so that's exciting. Those of you who are collecting dinosaurs for Polymorph Bingo, they do have a Trihorn Behemoth. All right. The problem with them all looking the same is I can't tell which one is the... Oh, there she is. All right. So these guys lead you through.
Come. You will meet the queen. She will hear of your great deed, and then we will trade or talk.
All right. This creature lets out sort of a honk sound as it sort of lumbers over.
If you hear sound, that is waterfall. Do not be afraid.
All right. As you approach, you see a very regal lizard folk.
A semi-official one?
Yeah, you guys hear from the back of the group, from the B team, a low, like wolf whistle of appreciation from Pythor. Oh man. What a woman.
He has jungle fever.
I mean, maybe a little bit, maybe. Let's see.
I look at my dad and then I look at her and I'm like,
Yeah, right?
So
Do you
I
see
guess-
that? I mean, are you
Yeah.
okay with me calling dibs, son?
we gotta flip a coin.
Oh, ho, ho! Ha! Nah, the golden apple didn't fall too far from the tree. All right, I call my sister. Flip it.
Okay, I'll roll a d2.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I would say heads. We'll go with even. You see Valus's stoic, unsmiling face appear on the coin, and Pythor lets out a grunt. Oh well.
Well, I mean, you can have this one, but I get dibs on the next one, okay?
Oh yeah. You see him begin. He takes out his personal grooming kit and he hides behind this bush and starts grooming his beard. All right. The lizard folks get into a cool formation to show off. This one right here. None of them wear clothes, but this one has what looks like shamanistic totems, feathers, and bones all over the place. Hypatia, you definitely get rival magic user vibes from it.
Glad I prepared counter spell.
These guys have big shields. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. The one that led you over here. Oh man, they're so hard to tell apart. I feel so terrible. Here we go. Solicitous. Goes up and begins to speak with her Draconic.
There is no need. All of them seem to speak the true tongue. Some of them asked about dragons. We're pretty sure they are Amazons, but we know much about their life cycle now.
The queen nods sagely.
Yes. Have them step forward and tell me in the true tongue of their great exploit.
Solicitous turns around and says,
You may step forward and tell the queen of your great exploit in the true tongue.
Astreus pointedly takes a step back.
okay.
I just stand behind Anna, not threateningly, but reassuringly, and kind of like her big muscle.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, seeing that this guy stands here and he makes bigger muscles. And this guy is even bigger. He stands there and makes even bigger muscles.
Oh, Phil, you don't want to challenge them.
I'm not challenging him, I'm just letting him know we're legit.
Declining
what
lizard
people
folk
do.
looks over at you with a hungry gaze and murmurs,
That's some sweet meat.
A wink at him.
it's confused why a future hamburger would wink at it, but shrugs. You see Pythor come out. He is well groomed, and he goes to stand behind you and look strong. Oh no, you don't have to go anywhere, Titanborn. You can be strong too. Come on, stand by us. Wall of Strong. Did you see the tail on that queen? Oh my god, so much fat deposits. Oh, she could birth a lot of fertile eggs.
I'm gonna look at my dad and I'm gonna just ask him do I have any brother or sisters here that I should know about?
Oh, gosh. Oh. Probably not anymore.
Alright.
A great queen, allow me to introduce me and my companions. We are the new order of Dragonlords.
Oh, her eyes go wide and attentive.
We thank you for your hospitality and come bearing a gift. And and I'll motion to the group of the lizard folk that's already like chopping up the T-Rex.
Yeah, like the thousands of pounds
Yeah.
of meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, there is a audible growl from many stomachs as they look over. All right. She nods.
This is unprecedented. You bring us a gift, and also news of the Dragonlords. It has been long and longer still. You must have come to bring down the Firewalkers. Yes? To restore order to our island? To remove those who have sold their souls to the Stormlord?
Phil's nodding his head.
I could not have said it better myself. My queen and I bow.
All right. Let's see. She says,
This one is called Vitha. I am queen. My greatest enemy is Jankor, king of the Firewalkers. Jankor has corrupted the lizard folk, turning them away from the Heart of Flame who dwells in the volcano, and instead making sacrifices to the Stormlord. The Stormlord has rewarded their obedience with powerful gifts. He gave Jankor a staff which controls thunder and lightning, 2 Cyclope slaves, and a dragon egg. Long
Yep,
ago,
We'll go.
a dragon stayed here. She was beautiful and wise. She laid her eggs here on the island and entrusted our ancestors to guard them. She never got to see the eggs hatch. A great beast from the ocean, called a kraken, rose. To bring destruction, she flew out to sea
and she motions towards the ocean.
and did great battle with it. The wound she dealt it forced it to retreat, but she died in the effort. Without their mother, the eggs went dormant. We tried, our ancestors, to hatch the eggs, but were unsuccessful. We kept them as great relics in honor of her. Eventually, it was decided they should be hidden on the island, lest they fall into the wrong hands.
Our
But the
ancestors
storm-
were wise. Sorry.
The Stormlord killed those who hid the eggs and then took them. I believe Jankor has all 3 in his possession. If not, then at least one is with him, for it has hatched. He has a dragon of his own. Once it reaches full size, he will use it to subjugate what is left of the resistance against his power. We, the Rajanculus, are the last holdouts against his power. The other 2 tribes have all been killed, enslaved, and sacrificed to the Storm.
Do you know the name of the dragon who came here?
She looks at you, and you hear the sound of post-it notes, and she says,
Yes. Yes, I do.
let's see. Oh man, I told you the name last week. And
Yeah, I
then
was gonna say I started with the P.
Yeah, hold on.
The
Maybe
Pico. Penelope.
Oh, it definitely wasn't Penelope.
No.
I have notes from last week, but I don't have a name of a dragon on there. I have the name of the goddess.
No, it was somebody the wise. I'm trying to remember. Oh. I guess it's time for me to retire. Let's see. I have the name of everybody else that I needed for this adventure. Oh, here we go.
Her name was Evie, the Gentle Mind.
And do you know what hue her scales were?
They were a brilliant, brass?
She asks. Not sure if that's the right word.
Brass.
It checks out. Brass is immune to fire. Volcano. Fire island. Yeah.
Ashayas is just kind of nodding, like searching his memory, but not really finding any connection.
When you visited this island, Galaron, the elf, who was the Dragonlord, and Evie of the Gentle Mind were here on that mission, and Evie did feel a certain attraction, lore, love of this particular island. So it would check out that if she lived long enough to need to lay eggs, that she would have chosen a place like this, volcanic island, nice ocean view, loyal creatures that will help defend the egg, etc., etc. So that all kind of does check out. You can't imagine Evie going toe-to-toe solo against a kraken. That seems like a suicide move. So she must have really cared about the creatures that lived on this island, or had a
clutch of eggs.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that maybe it is Hypatia. The kraken is a creature of Sidon. In fact, as you guys might remember from your game show experience, the kraken was the one that destroyed one of the Pythor colossuses when it attacked Mitros. Hopefully, it's the same kraken we're talking about. Otherwise, that would mean that there's at least two. But
Well, I mean,
more
we did see
likely-
Kraken spawn, so.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. All right. The lizard folk watch you guys patiently. Having said more words than they are normally accustomed to, they kind of wait to see what your reaction is.
Yeah, in comment, I'm just gonna kind of like lean forward to Anastasia and like whisper in her ear. Tell him that we share the same enemy of the Stormlord, and that we expect to do great battle with him. Perhaps if we remove the plague he's put upon this island, they may become our allies and war against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Anna, ask her if there's a king of this tribe.
There's an order of importance, Pythor.
Yes, lead with king. Lead with king.
Phil nods sagely.
What did the queen say her name was again? It was J something?
It is Vitha.
Vitha, okay. Queen Vitha. How many stand with the Firewalkers now? The other tribes serve them, you said, as slaves?
Yes, they boast over 350 warriors.
Information.
They fly on skin-wing behemoths. They ride on fire soul behemoths.
We expect great conflict to come to this land, I believe,
As it has been foretold, a
yes,
great star of darkness will descend from the heavens and consume everything. But the Dragonlords will stop it.
Anna said to herself quietly, I hope so. But then she'll continue, and it would appear that we share a common enemy. We gather allies to help us in this great coming conflict. But right now, in this time, I believe we should deal with this. What was the
Firewalkers.
Firewalkers and their leader,
Yeah, Jankor.
Dankor. Need to keep my notes handy, but yes, that's what I say.
Okay.
So, and to the effect of we will stand with you, and ask for your aid once the time comes.
If you can kill Jankor and end his foul worship of the Stormlord, I will take over rulership of all lizard folk and swear an oath to aid the Dragonlords in the coming conflict.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
To show you my intentions are true, you are invited to rest and feast with us. You are our guests, and we will prepare a great meal. You have brought food, and I shall offer food as well.
Anastasia will look nervously towards her fellow party members and like, yeah? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Thumbs up? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a... Do you have a husband or a king on this island?
I have many mates, but I keep my options open.
I kind of elbow my dad in the gut, like, hey, many mates. Let us feast.
Yes, Rizko, step forward.
And semi-official lizardfolk Render, he looks both proud and sad as he steps forward.
You have brought a great and powerful meat. I offer the same. We will eat my son, Rixo, for dinner.
Anastasia turns her head very slowly towards the rest of her party.
Hypatia, you know, between your own nerdy stuff and actually reading the notes, like the supplemental material that was provided by Chandras, you know that turning this down could be viewed as incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah, I'll just look back at the stage and shrug like, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna look at Hypatia, and in common I'm gonna say, are you aware if they have any wartime customs where they suspend this practice until the war is complete?
I don't think so, no.
I'll walk up to Risco, and you look very delicious. Thank you for this.
It is a great honor to be eaten this day.
We will honor you thus.
All right.
I'll say just loud enough to hear. Shame to lose such a fine warrior when the upcoming battle. We will need all we can.
There is a murmur through the crowd, and Vitha says,
That is all right. When you have disposed of Jankor, all of his warriors will join our cause. The strength that Rixor's meat will give you will make victory assured.
Alright, I tried.
It is their way.
As an Oresian, Rosette literally does not care.
Yeah, Phil doesn't
She's
really
gonna eat
care
it.
either.
Yeah, she's gonna eat it.
All right. So,
Rosette does whisper to Astraeus. Astraeus, I didn't think much about it before, but after hearing what they had to say, I think this might be something you want to know. When I spoke with Versi this morning, it looked like she was looking into the future, perhaps, and she said, one untouched, one given away, and one born premature. I thought she was speaking about my egg, but perhaps she was talking about this.
Straeus, kind of bows his head and closes his eyes as if in thought for a few seconds, and then nods and says, I think you're right.
If it is about this, then we can expect one egg with Jankor. But one has also been born.
Yeah, speaking of that, I remember now. I'll ask the queen as well. How high does his dragon stand? And I'll point to a 20-foot tree, and then I'll point to a 30-foot tree right next to it.
she makes a kick sound. And she points to one of the lizard folk who maybe is like 4.5 feet tall.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a baby.
That bodes well. Perhaps we can rescue it before whatever corruption has affected Acastus's dragons has taken hold.
Alright, so 350 flying dinosaurs, one adolescent dragon, and some lots of fire. You should prepare for fire.
They do actually live inside the volcano,
Yes.
like in the volcano.
I'll ask her if that is one of the gifts that they were given by the Stormlord, or have they always been that way?
The Firewalkers possess a great resilience to the element of flame. In ages past, they served as the greatest shamans of the heart of fire.
What has split your tribe to there?
The 4 tribes always warred, but there were times of peace as well. All 4 tribes shared 2 great beliefs. The power of dragons and the Dragonlords was absolute, and the worship of the Heart of Flame kept us safe and warm here on our island. Everything changed when the Stormlord appeared. He corrupted the hearts of the Firewalkers and turned their belief into his service.
Or to him, right?
Those who
Well,
disagreed or stood against him were put down.
How long ago was that?
They kind of seem confused.
The Heart of Flame has been here as long as we have.
No, but when did the Stormlord come?
Oh. The Stormlord came recently.
To lizard folk, recently could mean yesterday or a couple of 100 years. Not that they're a long-lived race, but they consider themselves like very lawful neutral society. They gotta consider themselves all one unit. You know what I mean?
I feel like they just tell the story the way it's always been told. So if a guy's like, "This happened yesterday," 100 years later, they're like, "It happened yesterday."
But basically, they say you kind of parse from conversation that it has happened within the last 100 years or so, maybe. Before that, they simply just, live their life. The Firewalkers were given great respect because of their connection to the Heart of Flame and the volcano. But all 4 tribes did, skirmish and fight for territory and, eat each other, that sort of thing.
I'm gonna look at Pythor, and I'm just gonna say, it appears as though the Titans have been setting up their game of 20 squares long before the peace ended. At least placing their
Pythor
pawns.
smiles at you. Pythor smiles at you. That's true, but we haven't always been the fuck-ups that you guys think we are.
I'm like horrified by the thought.
Someone say 20 squares.
I'm also horrified.
What? Come on! When you first met me, I was drowning in cheesy potatoes, wine, and misery. You've met my sisters. One is a emotional flake, and the other's a emotionless wreck. My father is emotionally constipated and just caught up in his own business all the time, hiding from his own grief. Yeah, we're a mess. But we haven't always been a mess, Astreus.
I'm gonna touch my holy symbol of Mitros with one hand, and just put a hand on his forearm with the other, and I'm just gonna say, "Your service has cost you dearly. I do not look upon you as messes. You are my gods." And just like, it's that simple. Like, he ends with that statement.
Yeah, Dad, we're all just doing what we can. Doing what we can.
I'll be the first to admit that that the Titans definitely seem like they're, they got the advantage, but we got something that they don't have. You guys.
Oh man, Strays is just gonna be like preening.
Don't worry. They're gonna get theirs, son. They're gonna get theirs. But before they do,
they will.
Daddy's gonna get his. And he starts to rub his hands together as he looks over at the queen. The queen
I'm getting out of his way.
merely hisses at him. And he begins an elaborate mating dance where he kind of moves like the T-Rex did. The others all back away.
He's really doing the dinosaur.
Okay. Overall, it seems to be successful. They are booping snoots.
Aww.
All right. Rixo is marched away to be prepared for dinner. All right. So they're going to throw a nice party tonight. You guys are gonna fill up on Rixo and Frank, and
Fill up on Lizorgy.
If that's what you're into, So the golden apple doesn't fall far from the tree, apparently.
I think if Pythor is involved, then regardless of any other participant, it's just a Pythorgy.
I don't know.
Pythorgy.
A pathag. No.
All right. They bring
Oh.
they bring him back out, and everybody starts the celebration.
But much bigger, right?
Well,
That's like one plate.
No. That's the size of the
That's-
plate. That is the size of the
It's a
plate they
giant
brought
stone
out.
plate.
Oh,
Yeah, this is how many grubs they brought out. That's not noodles. Those are
So,
grubs.
Yeah,
But that is fruit, though. That is fruit because they don't want to get scurvy.
and lime. Wow.
Little bit of
Rosette's
lime.
gonna have some
Fresh
tails.
Okay.
The tail has the most meat.
All right. Yeah, these guys do have fat tails. They do have fat tails. All right. So, during the party, does anyone have any goals other than Pythor?
Should we go down the list?
I mean, Hypatia would like to perform an anthropological study.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Why don't you talk to the head shaman? Maybe then he can teach all the other ones.
Suppose so.
Anna, you find Kyra passed out.
Oh.
She is covered in sweat. And as you approach, you feel a great heat coming off of her.
Hey, are you okay? What's wrong?
She kind of rouses herself a bit from the bush, and she just says, "I'm so hot. I mean, I'm obviously I'm really hot. You've seen the artwork, but I mean, like, I'm really hot. Like, I can't breathe."
Anna puts her hand on her head. Feels it. Is it?
Oh
Like
god,
abnormally hot?
it is hot to the touch. Yeah.
Okay.
Her hair is lank with sweat. Clothes completely saturated.
When did this start?
It's just been getting worse all day. And then when Pythor put me down, it got real bad. But I didn't want to be no cock blocker, so I just thought I'd lay down for a little bit.
Hey, there's a waterfall. Do you want
Yeah, throw me off of it.
No.
I'll regenerate in 2 weeks. It's fine.
No.
I think. I don't know. Go bring me back to the ship. I'll get in the ice tub with the baby.
Yeah, so Anna will...
And her eyes flutter, and she just kind of passes out again.
Oh my goodness. Nurse Phil. That's who I need.
While this is happening, Festive, Lizardfolk Shaman, approaches Hypatia and says,
I have heard you know much of the physiology of the soft skins. Please, teach me everything you know.
Will
I will
you in
listen
turn teach me of your
every
physiology?
Yes, we will trade information, like we trade slaves and behemoths with the Amazons.
Yeah, that is excellent.
all right, this will actually be beneficial. I will give you tidbits of information when you are moving in on the Firewalkers.
I'm gonna warn everyone not to eat anything that they give us that we don't like, unless we know it's one of their sacrificed people. Because I just realized they trade for slaves, and we haven't seen a single non-lizard folk person.
I mean, they do have this sacrificial platform over here.
Phil is eating everything.
But yeah.
I will only eat the sun.
And when Phil is eating, he's like looking at the
fruit.
other lizard folk to like get their attention to show them that he's
Oh
eating.
man, you ever been to a friend's like family barbecue and that family is like real big into eating and they see you going for thirds and they're not the kind of family that's insulted. They're like yeah, cuz like that's like the greatest compliment you could give is going back for thirds. That's these people. Yeah.
The one where Nana's like, "Yep, we don't want no leftovers."
Yep. You actually hear one say that. Declining Lizard Folk says,
This one wants to see no leftovers when the sun rises.
We'll
and
be
she-
hard
and
pressed
she
to
straight-
find them,
she
and I
straightens
eat
her
more and
apron.
more.
okay.
I'll try to be more precise. So I'm gonna try to go for like part liver.
Oh yeah. Seeing you guys try all the exotic bits and really dig in, it means a lot to these people. Astraeus, both you and Graxus are transported back in time to flashback of this almost same village. Hard to tell, 500 years or whatever. Aesthetics haven't changed much. Lizard folk get it right the first time, you know what I'm saying? So that they don't really hit up IKEA or anything like that. And you remember your companions and the joviality of it and the awkwardness of it, and knowing that you are explorers, strangers in a strange land, trying your best to be diplomatic with the locals, trying to learn everything you can of the region. And you see in the firelight the ghosts of who you guys were and what you were before all those really hard decisions came along, before people started making sacrifices that in some ways were almost irredeemable. You could hear the laughter of Esther and Telemach and others who would later go on to betray you. You can't imagine that would be that life is the same life that you're still living now. Even Graxus, who then was then Xander, was a young, fresh-faced boy, your page, your squire. Yeah, it's crazy.
I in an attempt also like we'll talk a bit about those times, but I'll try and avoid the melancholy that would go with like the after those times, because he got transformed and cursed. I was like in booty stasis, and but yeah, I will talk about our comrades. I'll try and focus the conversation more on like Ryzen Fulvis, who was just awesome, and like how awesome it is that we have Karina back as part of that line. And I'll talk to him and see what he recalls about Galaron the elf and Evie the gentle mind, as I imagine I passed before they settled here and those events came to pass. So just sort of pick his brain and utilize his knowledge of the Dragonlords from after I was done. I will...
much to your dismay, you do find out with some amount of chagrin on his bovine face that Ryzon became their specialist at dealing with the Minotaurs. She was so adept at fighting and killing them and predicting their strategies that sort of became what she was known for among the Dragonlords. Which, having been cursed as a Minotaur, the irony of all that is not lost on him. So,
oof.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This creature, Graxus, is just a creature that is still even now consumed by guilt. But he listens, and he tries to converse about these times. But as he speaks, you can hear the tremble of shame in his voice. For every good story, there is another story of war crimes, of extreme measures, of doing what had to be done. It's rough. It's real rough.
I mean, I'm gonna go all like religious on him at that point and start talking about the fact that, every new day is a new dawn, and we do have to honor both the successes and the failures of our past, and we have to atone for them as needed and deal with the consequences. But living in the guilt of it all is something he has to escape. Every new day is a day to live his life as he should, as opposed to regretting how he lived it in the past. And yeah, just kind of taking that tack, because I do not like seeing my friend overrun with so much guilt, especially when, well, part of the blame is his as the commander for sure. I mean, Esther was a duplicitous fuck, and would have been the way he was regardless of what actions we tried to take to stem that. So
he ruefully smiles at you and says, "Old friend, it is a comfort that in the 500 years you were gone, you found solace in this new religion of yours."
Mitros is my salvation. She's all of our salvations.
He just sort of nods at you. Reset. Someone comes out of a hut. You hear the click-clack of tiles.
Yep. She was basically looking all around the village, making insight checks. Yeah, she was making insight checks on everyone to see, like, do they have the fingers for 20 squares? Because 20
Damn.
squares players, they have
yeah.
like they have special, like, they have marks on their fingers. You can tell.
Oh.
And she's gonna go up to the tile person.
Where is the soft-skinned Amazon, who
And
is
she-
known as Rosette?
She's gonna go up to this one, and with what she learned from Ambrosia back in Mitros, she learned a way to basically request a game indirectly.
Oh, okay.
That only 20 squares players knows, and she just kind of walks behind him and says, "Square up."
You square? You square, bro?
Oh man. Oh man. Take your DM inspiration. Jesus. All right.
They turn around and say, "You have issued the challenge, so I may issue the wager. The winner eats one finger from the loser." Are you still bold enough to challenge me?
You think I'm gonna turn down the challenge?
They hold up what's left of their fingers and say,
I've only lost a few times.
I never lose.
"All right."
I hold up all my fingers.
She gasps.
That's a lot of fingers.
"All right, let's do it. Let's do it."
Look, don't worry. If you lose a finger in like 5 levels, someone will have regenerate.
Yeah, just make sure it's a pinky. Just make sure it's a pinky.
This won't be my first character losing a finger.
Oh, fair.
Could be worse, could be an eye.
What you
All
don't
right, I'm
want to
ready.
lose is any of your toes, because that acrobatics is very important to your build. People think the baby toe doesn't do anything, but it's real important. All right. I guess we're gonna square up. Man, we need like a graphic that pops up that fucking says "square up." Oh, and I didn't get you the versus thing. Damn it. All right, I'll make a note. Reset versus Fire Island Rejonculus 20 squares champ. All right,
Put it all on the line.
here we go. We're playing for fingers.
All right.
Oh shit.
That's a strong start.
That history, though.
Oh no.
What are those rolls?
Sure.
Wait a minute. Oh no.
I think I lost.
What's this intimidation? 19? Oh my god.
All right. Which finger?
This was off screen, just like this.
Don't do a ring finger. Magical rings are important. Don't do a ring finger. Also, don't do a thumb, obviously.
This is brutal. This is where you go best 2 out of
Gonna
3.
be the.
Even though the game takes 4
I
hours
was
to
about to
play.
consider that.
12
I was
hours
considering
later.
that.
Oh,
Go
man.
best 2 out of 3. The
No, no.
worst, the worst that could
Best
happen
2 out
is
of
you
3?
lose 2 pinkies, and then we just call you like Pinky
If
List
you
Reset.
go too
No.
long, if you go
Best
too
2
long,
out of
you
3,
roll-
but it's a hand.
yeah. If you lose more than your 2 pinkies, you will start worrying about penalties and stuff. Also, if you stay up too late, you're not going to be able to get a good night's rest and be ready for the attack on the volcano. Well, you'll have to make a Constitution save, just like if you skipped a good night's sleep.
I'm gonna ask this lizard folk for their name.
Oh, yeah. It's trying to throw me off. Honestly, it's just dice. They tell you that their name is Jix.
Jix. Okay. And then I'm going to. What I'll do is I'm gonna write on a note that
I owe you.
Jix owns one of Reset's pinkies.
Jix points to your finger and then points to her mouth.
I
give
do
her-
not mind if you cut your own finger off, but I will gladly eat from your hand.
When I come back from the Firewalkers.
Come, everyone, witness Rousette. She has lost to me in the great battle of the gods. Her finger will be consumed to celebrate their victory against King Jaguar tomorrow.
I think
Please, gather!
I also say, please gather. Hypatia, please gather. Anastasia,
Okay.
please gather.
Hypatia, you see that Rosette's been fucking around with the gods' game again? If she doesn't honor the wager, she will be cursed by the gods.
I pretend I can't hear her.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I'm dealing with Kyra right now. I'm like trying to like dunk her head
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
water. Like, is it helping? Is it better? Do we need to leave? Oh my god, Phil! Did you eat any of the lizard?
Just drown me, it's fine.
No.
Put me back in the water. Put me back in the water. Take my
Damn
clothes
it.
off. Take all these clothes off. I need to be naked. I need to be naked.
No. Leave her clothes on. Leave her clothes on.
No, take them off.
No,
It's too hot.
Don't worry, Kyra.
We're over here.
Nurse
in the...
Phil is here, and I slap her, and I start fucking checking
No,
for.
we're over here in the water for
If
sure.
you're safe.
I've definitely
Okay. In the water.
Alright.
Wait, are there... No, it doesn't matter. There are animals, I tell them. We're busy right now. We'll talk to you later.
This water feels nice. The water around her is heating up.
Phil, what do you think? What is this? Is it the islands?
Can I
It's Fire Island.
can I
Yeah, you
can I
can do
give her a
medicine check.
diagnosis?
Yeah.
I remember she cried out when she first got here, right?
Does that mean this is
Phil.
affecting me too?
Whatever is you are fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever is affecting her is magical in nature. It is not a fever or any normal sickness.
All right. Okay. I know just what we need for this.
If you didn't know any better,
Hypatia!
you would say she might be cursed.
Phil comes like running out of the water real fast. like an ocean.
Hypatia! My auntie needs you. She's boiling water right now.
I feel like you would just pick me up and take me over.
Yeah, I grab her and I grab the lizard shaman that she was talking to, and I pull them both over here into the water with my action and my bonus action, of course.
Oh yeah, I'll ask the shaman if he's seen anything like this before.
I think she's cursed.
I mean, I'm happy to make an Arcana check. See if what I can sense, if that would be helpful.
I'll give her like her chart that I wrote up real quick.
All right, your friend is following you around, and she says,
Yes, and once the young are 8 to 9 years old, they are considered old enough to hunt on their own. Oh, what is happening here?
Hypatia, please come into secret chat.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yo, Reset, are you giving a finger? You gotta! You don't want to get cursed?
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna lop it off.
Oh my god.
Right hand or
It's
left?
fine. I lost.
That is
I
the
mean,
dedication of a 20
No,
scares.
No,
Squares
you
player.
could tell her like you want it back later. I don't know.
no, she wants to eat it, so
Yeah. Oh man.
whatever.
fine.
I lost
We're gonna
the
have-
pinky in the first
We'll have
session
access
of
to
Dull and Shackles.
regeneration. We'll have access to regeneration eventually.
That is so.
But then is
brutal, though.
that cheating?
Do you give the finger Did you give the finger to her? And do you look longingly at the finger like, I'll have you back one day?
I think
Because
she's
if
gonna
No,
eat it.
no. You're just gonna eat it.
If you wager a finger in a something like that, and you lose it, and you magically just grow it back, does that not lessen the?
Well, it's a different
No,
finger.
no, she met the terms. My body, what's wrong with her? I'm freaking out. And also kind of relaxed because this warm water feels good on my body. But I'm freaking out.
I'm gonna say that
Nephew,
she's
before I
absolutely
die.
gonna be totally fine. Absolutely, totally fine. Crash
Oh, is
can
this
tell you
another
whether
one
or
of
not
those
you
things?
believed me.
Is she doing another one of those things?
She
Then
just
how's
kinda
the water hot?
nods off again.
Uh,
Anastasia, she's not gonna be fine.
Oh.
and I'll like as she kind of nods off again, I'll like wave them away, like come talk to me.
I will stay with the sick one.
Thank you.
She has fire fever. The best thing for her would be to throw her into the volcano.
What?
In a sacrifice kind of way, or a
Yes.
magical healing kind of way?
No.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. We'll think about it. Thanks for the suggestion.
So, is she
So,
just
yeah,
doing one of the
I'm
things
cool.
where she's being dramatic?
She
She gonna turn into a pickle again?
No. She seems to be possessed by something. What is happening to her is very similar to what happened to Talus.
What happens to what? This waterfall is just so loud.
You can turn it down manually.
Let's go.
in
Talk
the-
closer
in
to
the
the
sound-
waterfall. What?
Like the closer I get to it, the louder it becomes.
I hear it.
Where do I turn it? At the music note?
Yeah, music note.
Ambient?
I think so.
Oh my god. Okay, I can hear everything you're saying now. It was so loud.
I think she is possessed by someone, and it's very similar to what's happening to Talus. It's hurting her newly mortal body.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She cries out, "Astraeus, I'm so sorry!" And then, kind of like, her eyes go wide and she passes back out.
Well,
I mean, maybe we could. Well, the thing we tried with Talus didn't work very well.
No, it
we're
did
not
not work out.
we're
I did
not
not-
Yeah.
doing that.
I did
Yeah.
not expect what happened to Talus to have happened. I just did what you told me to do for that plan, and then I
Well, I
ended
thought
up
it was
ripping
gonna
him
work.
to shreds.
I thought
Okay,
it was
okay,
gonna
okay.
work.
I believe you. I still believe you. It did kind of work, right?
Yeah.
think it's the?
I'm gonna try and dispel magic her.
Should we? What should we do?
Okay. I need a caster check.
Do you think it's the curse in the Titan's trapped here?
I was wondering about that.
Stray, it's a
They were
19
similar.
dispelled magic. The fever and the redness of her skin begins to dissipate.
I'm just gonna be like, kind of.
I would run
Holding
over and be
on.
like, "Hey, what did you do?"
I'll have like a hand on her forehead, to be kind of conscious of that. I'll look up at Hypatia and I'll say, I attempted to dispel magic. I don't know if it has fully cured her, but she seems to be improving. And then I'm gonna look a little sheepish and I'm just gonna say, I would have tried to restore her, but I did not ask for that blessing from Michos this day. I will do so in the morning if need be, or I believe my pack does have a scroll. And I'll look at Phil and I'll say, can you check her and see if she's...
Okay, Phil has a nurse hat on and a clipboard. He's just writing down every single thing you say. And then I'll walk forward and I'll just kind of say, like, well, I mean, it was magical in nature. There's nothing wrong with her physiology from what I could understand. And he kind of pushes his glasses up when he says that.
Sorry,
They're
the
just
chat.
gonna wistfully look at the volcano in the distance.
I'm,
Do you think we could talk with whatever is in Kyra?
Wait, something's in her?
She's like possessed.
Yeah.
Cyrus hear any of this? Has he been included?
I mean, you could definitely, like, they're
Okay.
just over there talking. There's some waterfall and stuff, but I don't... Nobody said they were trying to be particularly quiet about it, so...
I mean, we were kind of huddled up, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Plus, she's been making a scene whenever she's conscious, so, I mean, people are aware of what's going on.
Yeah, that's the reason I ran over is when she yelled
Yeah.
my name.
Do you guys want me to try talking directly to her mind?
I mean,
What does that
can you
mean?
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me warn you, and I go up to Cyrus. She may respond with something completely outrageous. That's just her. She likes to play jokes.
You guys have said she's the goddess Kira. I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, just don't give in to any of this shit. One time she dressed up as a pickle for like a month. It was horrible. I don't want to ever go back to there.
Oh, all right.
Let's give it a shot.
So I guess I will try to telepathically reach out to Kyra
Okay.
and see who responds.
Alright. What do you say?
Kyra, are you all right?
I feel much better, thanks. Astreus chased her away, I think.
Who was she?
She was... and then you guys see her whole body start to light up as if from an inner heat. And Cyrus, in your mind, you hear a different voice say,
She is the prisoner, and you will free me, or I will kill this woman. Hurry, or I will cook her from the inside out.
Well, hold on. Where are you? We can't exactly free you if we don't know where you are.
We're paying attention at all. Okay.
And that is, I
Yeah,
think, where
that's
we'll
a good
stop
one.
for the week. Yeah. So next week we find out which fingy we're set.
Well,
It's gonna,
actually,
what? Actually,
What?
she just tells. Yeah. She tells this one to hold out the paper and her hand.
Okay.
She raises her left hand,
Okay.
puts her Zyphos next to the pinky, and chops it off.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And then
Holy
she
shit.
uses quick and healing just to so she doesn't bleed out.
Just splash it all over there. Okay.
Oh my god.
And she's gonna walk away.
Man,
I feel
mad
like-
props. Mad props from all the lizard folk. All the lizard folk, mad respect. These lizard folk, their faction is maxed out right now. This is crazy. They got to learn about live birth. You killed the Tyrannosaurus Rex and gave them all the meat. You had a big hairy man have sex with their queen. You ate the prince, including all the good parts. Oh man! And then you honored a game of 20 squares match in such a violent lizard folk manner. Maxed out faction. Yeah, you take out King Jakor, these people will ride or die with you in the battle to come.
I do have an out of character question for Reset.
Yeah.
So, when we get to the point where you feel as though your 20 squares game has risen up to the level that you want it, are we going to be sailing to all of your failed areas to go and get those badges?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
called
this-
the post.
this one
that's
didn't have,
post game. Yeah, that's post game. That's post
Yeah,
game.
no,
Game
I don't
plus.
think she had a badge here anyway.
Oh,
Like the
No,
big
that-
ones.
no, that was just
I'll
for
go
fun.
to.
Yeah,
that was for fun. That was just a random lizard.
What movie was it where the guy ended up playing Russian roulette in a crazy war-torn country? It was like Deer Hunter or something, right? I feel like that's where you're headed. It's it's getting real dark. It's getting real dark.
we end the campaign. Reset's got six fingers and 4 toes left.
Could you add that feature that Analora has to my sheet?
These are not
The-
pirate rules. These are not pirate rules.
Does it
Oh,
not
man.
scare anyone?
I
Give
don't
me a
need people
+1
chopping off their figgies.
in 20
You-
squares.
You don't lose to win. That sets a bad precedent. Then I'll have everybody chopping off their fingers. All right.
Look, I feel like she should at least get a +2 to her intimidation whenever she rolls.
You know what
for
she
20
got
squares?
according to the rules of Thylea? She got to not be cursed for being an oath
Oh,
breaker.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
They
that makes
it's
sense.
it's not called the God's game for marketing reasons. It's the God's game. They nobody fucks around with it. I mean, the most deadly and dangerous game you could play. We in real life, we see them playing, and we're 3 hours of moving a bunch of Othello tiles around the board. What the hell? That's the dumbest thing in the whole world. But in this world, it is the game that moves and shapes destiny, controls the very fabric of creation.
Is the champion a level 11 rogue with reliable talent?
Oh, they are now. They are now.
Just
Absolutely.
proficiency in all of the skills necessary, reliable talent, expertise in a few of them.
I mean,
Some level
yeah,
bars
can
for
you send me
deck wall
those notes,
trades
Astreus?
for-
Because that's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. You know who did just win off of that game of 20 squares? Astreus. Take a point of DM inspiration. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next week, they inform you, or more is Hypatia is informed that there are 2 secret entrances. They're pretty much right next to each other, so it's kind of like one secret entrance with 2 doors. That can be used to sneak in to the village. They recommend against going through the front door of the village. It is well guarded. If you had enough flight available to everybody, you could, of course, just dive bomb the volcano. But if that is not an option, which it probably isn't, ? They recommend taking the back door as opposed to bull rushing the front door.
Is there like whole village inside the volcano or a part of it, or?
Yeah, like they live in the volcano. Like this dungeon is in the volcano. 10d10 fire, 10d10 bludgeoning if you fall in. Body can't be retrieved if it gets melted. This is the serious ass dungeon.
We
yeah.
got potions of resistance, right? Did we get fire resistance?
Yeah, I can't remember if he said that we choose when we drink, but I think they're fire. They were fire. I'm pretty sure they were fire.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure there's like a variety of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody recorded them. Yeah, otherwise I'll have
I
to.
think we're set.
I'll have to go back and check. So
It's in the bag. There was
yeah.
Do I have access to the bag?
Everyone does.
It's under the Pokemon in the player
the
section.
bag of holding. Okay.
All right.
Oh wow, we have so much stuff.
Yeah.
We do have a potion of fire resistance. How long do these last?
An hour. Usually.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That'll be very helpful.
All right. So, that'll be next week. We'll be moving in, trying to take out King Jankor. And I'll refresh Hypatia's intel before we start next session or before you reach their base, so that you have a better idea of what what's going on there. So, but basically, they ride around on these velociraptors that are immune to fire. And they have two cyclops that work for the king. King's got a dragon. They also have powerful servants from the realms of fire under their command.
They could be good as long as there's not an elevator.
Yeah. To the best of their knowledge, there are no elevators. So. But there is a temple dedicated to the Heart of Flame, and there is the king has his own very fancy cave. A lot of lizard folk are very envious of it. It's like one of those houses you would see on like Pimp My Cave. You know what I'm saying? It's like real nice. Yeah. So, all right. Hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe, stay healthy. If you need me for anything, hit me up. We played some Game of Thieves on Saturday, or Sea of Thieves on Saturday. It was super duper fun. We're gonna do it again this coming Saturday. If you've never played the game, it's like a pirate game. It's actually really fun. There's like no real goal. You just literally, it's like a pirate simulator. You just pretend to be a pirate.
Has it changed a lot since we used to play it?
Oh, there's so much new stuff. Oh my god, there's so much new stuff to do. The only thing I will mention is you only can do like groups of 4. It's almost impossible to get like a bunch of people onto the same server without spending hours and hours and hours like gaming the system. So if we get more than 4 people, everybody will just split into smaller groups, but it's still fun. It's more fun to play with more people, obviously. But if you have never tried it, I think it's like $1 to get Ultimate Game Pass for 30 days. And then it's included with Ultimate Game Pass. So you could try it, see if you like it, that kind of thing. But that's what's going on Saturday. And then there's a PvE game Saturday morning, but it is full. But you guys are welcome to watch it or, whatever. Beyond that, nothing unusual for my schedule. Tomorrow night, working on some Foundry stuff, and then working with Larry Otis on his Foundry stuff. So if you want to listen in on that, there might be some nuggies of useful information for anybody that is looking into doing more Foundry stuff as a DM or just wants to hear more about how it works and stuff. That's what we're doing tomorrow night.
Oh, you're switching to Foundry, Lars?
I am, yeah.
I got him.
All right. On that note, I'm gonna head out and feed the cheese cops. So, all right. If you need me, just at me on the server. All right. Night.
Good night.
Have a good night.